What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Undrafted and Overconfident podcast on a Monday, March 16th, 2026. I'm Jason Semko. With me, Brandon Bigo Gordon.
What up, Semko? Man, so much to talk about, but so little time. We're going to have to just cut it brief. You know, we've got some stuff that previously happened that's crescendoing at the right moment. We got things right around the corner, but it's bracket day.
It is.
Buddy. This is what we're doing today.
It's almost, as an adult, it's maybe greater than like Christmas, filling that bracket.
I mean, definitely age, 20 or even 18 to 45, because I would say 38, but we passed that, and I'm still enjoying it to my heart's content. So just like the demographic that they use for like TV shows, like males between 18 and 45, that's the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. I mean, we live for this. This is our Christmas. I don't get to open crazy presents for Christmas. I get socks, and I get maybe a new dress shirt. This is my Christmas.
I get underwear mostly.
Yeah, you go through that like crazy.
Like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, do you hold on to your underwear even with the holes? Do you keep wearing them until it just disintegrates on you?
The holes maybe got to get the size of like my fist for me to get rid of. Because there's a use for that underwear. You know, doing something out in the back, some yard work.
I mean, and they're your comfies, right? You're like, you know, they know you. They know that the feel of your touch. And, you know, you get sentimental about them.
I was always super superstitious. We'll get to things in a second. But, like in college, when we would play, like, our intramural sports, I wore the same underwear for every single game.
That's why we won.
It is.
I knew it.
And I didn't wash them once.
No. And, you know, what happened? Kidding. You probably washed them once, and then that's when we graduated.
It is.
Did you wear them when you walked across the stage to get your diploma?
You tell me, did you smell it or not?
I mean, geez, what was I mean, I was downwind of you, so maybe that's why I almost fainted on graduation day.
No, I would wash them, but no, I was very superstitious like that. So yeah, and it obviously worked.
Hey, yeah.
If
it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, you know, before we kind of dive right into the brackets, we got a lot to go over. Obviously, we're gonna go through every pick. We'll go fast on some, we'll go slow on the others, and then I'm sure we'll make fun of each other with some of the picks that we make. But before we dive in, anything exciting about the weekend for you there, Semka? We always like to do a weekend recap.
I know, whether it's good or bad, and honestly, I'm going to keep this real short. Spring cleaning is spring cleaning for a reason. My wife was like, they call it that because when the nice weather's out, the sun is beaming through your house, you can see every little...
dust bunny.
Yes. So we spent all Saturday, my one weekend day off, cleaning. It feels good knowing that everything is clean. There's still a few things left, but it's like everything is basically cleaned, looks good, vacuumed, mopped. Like you feel good sitting in the house, but I'm still hating the fact that we took a whole weekend day to clean.
Yeah, we're officially at that time in our lives, so the weekends are not for us anymore. Even if you don't have kids, I have kids, the weekend was not for me. My kid had a swim meet and a birthday and... You know, and we had to do some yard work, and that was the weekend. You know, that was it. I did get to squeeze out a little bit of Bigo time.
Okay.
And I finally did a full baseball mock draft.
Oh, my God.
I got a mock draft in.
How'd it look?
It was rough. I was not prepared. Right around round 12 or 13, I'm grasping.
Yeah.
I was like, do I go with a boring old vet, or do I go for high potential? Do I... you know, build my bench, or do I get more pitching? And I was completely lost in the sauce.
That's always where I think it gets me as well, is because you're just afterwards, wait, why do I now have like 6 relief pitchers?
I think I've kind of come to an epiphany, and everybody can use this because I mean it's not a trade secret, but I think that what I need to do is stop thinking that I'm a draft god and a draft genius, and just realize that after, let's say, round 14. It's a flyer. I'm throwing a dart, and if I drop them in 2 weeks, I drop them in 2 weeks. And it's not the end of the world.
When I look at, because I'm a loser and I got nothing else better to do, when I look at other teams and I see like where they might have drafted guys, and I look at the end of their draft, yeah, by the last like 4 or 5 rounds, you've maybe got one guy on your team that's still on it midway through the season.
Yeah, that guy is almost never going to be the star of your team. So yeah, the mock draft was a trip. Walk down memory lane. I blocked off my work calendar. I was like, private. I'm busy.
Nice.
You can't call me. It's like I'm in a meeting, and I knocked it out.
It was important, though.
Yes.
Because we've got a big draft coming up this
Big
weekend.
draft. And, I mean, it's the end of our hockey playoff regular season, man. So, fantasy hockey.
Yep.
Yeah, I made it. I squeaked in, man. Oh, my goodness. 5th place, 6th place, 7th place, separated by 2 points.
I'm sorry, Ill Will.
Ill Will, and you beat the 1 seed 7-2. What a valiant effort to get into the playoffs.
You kind of almost deserve to get in, but
no, that's not how it works.
yeah, that's not how it works.
You got to get those points.
And I missed getting a first round bye
By
1 point.
Oh, man. Tight race right until the end.
I know, it was good. So
But when you talk about this, you talk about the first 4, the final 4. They're going with momentum. So you don't have a bye. That's great. You're gonna have momentum when you go into the next round.
or is my slide going to continue and I'm just going to be out?
I mean, I can only hope.
I know you can.
But we are organized. If we do what we're supposed to do, you and I can eventually meet in the finals of this playoffs if we play our hands right.
I'm really looking forward to it. But the luck that you have in fantasy hockey, just real quick, you won a couple years ago.
I did. 2 years ago, I think.
You picked up like 3 goalies that hadn't started all year. I think 2 of the 3 gave you shutouts.
Did DW tell you this, or did you actually look this up?
No, I watched it. I watched it happen. I was like, so Brandon's picking up this guy? He's like the 4th stringer. Shutout. Oh, wow. Of course. And then the next day.
It was on a Sunday. It was on a Sunday that I did that. I remember that very, very distinctly. I was at a kid's birthday party. I was like, oh, you got to be a shutout. All right, bounce house time.
I was like, of course. Your team was trash all year. You limp in.
You just got to turn it on when you turn on.
Yeah.
I mean, just like real regular hockey. I mean, an 8th seed can win the Stanley Cup.
It's true. I feel like in real life, I would win like the league. Like I'd be like the New York Yankees.
You'd be the Capitals. You'd win the President's Cup.
Yeah. And flame out in the playoffs
in the first
every
round.
Single time.
So you're the Capitals. How's that make you feel?
Awful. Because it was awful watching them just flame out.
Well, if you do flame out there, buddy, I got a new sport for you to watch. It did just end, so you'll have to maybe just watch the highlights. But before we dive into the brackets, there is a race that I think that you could really get on board with because you're all about cardio,
of course,
and endurance.
Yep.
And there's a bit of lifting involved, and it is the annual UK wife carrying race that was just completed. And congratulations to a Finnish pair; they won a barrel of ale in the annual wife carrying contest in England. So just for those of you that don't know what this is, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a foot race that's done in, first of all, this place can't be real. It's called Dorking, Surrey. And it's supposed to be inspired by a 19th century Finnish legend about a gang that pillages villages and steals the women.
That's exactly what you want to use as a reference to starting this whole
I know, it's like a Viking lore
yes.
right here. But obviously the emphasis is for it to be lighthearted fun. Silly costumes are encouraged. So, this is right up DW's alley. Racers can be male or females carrying anyone over 18. They have to be over 18 and weighing at least 50 kgs or 110 pounds. So you don't even have to have your wife. You can pick a friend. You can pick a cousin. I'm looking at you. You probably pick a cousin, you weirdo.
As long as they're 110 pounds.
It can be a guy carrying a guy. Same-sex marriage. It's a legit thing.
It is.
So
or just 2 friends want to join in this fun game.
Absolutely. So I can tell you right out the gate that my wife would not be on board with this.
I told her, and she was like, "There's no way in hell you're carrying me."
So then I thought, okay, let's nix our wives. Our wives would not be interested in this. Semko, of our friend group, who would you carry? Who would you carry, and who would you trust to carry you to the finish line?
Well, the trust is pretty easy because I really don't trust anybody except Will Whitaker.
I knew you were going to say Will Billy. I knew you were going to say Will Billy.
Everyone else would you would probably pretend like you're going to trip and fall and then kind of throw me off.
That does sound like me.
Dwight would he would just fall after like
no,
10 yards.
Dwight, if you were carrying him the way that they're carrying him, where it's like the legs are locked around your head and they're facing like down your back, he would just be eating beans the night before and just while you're sitting, while he's carrying you, just ripping him right in your face.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I can't. I really can't. I would like to do it with, if we took it seriously, Chris Hunter.
Okay.
A competitive Chris Hunter,
okay, yeah.
I want on my squad.
Okay. I like the Sea Bear.
I mean, he's probably the only, I feel like I get fired up more than anybody, except for when Chris truly does. Like, I'm always on like a level 9. Chris will get to like a 10 once in a blue moon. That's higher than mine.
The only time I see him as a 10 as laser focus is back in college when we were playing beer pong. And he's like, he tunes out all the noise. It's like it's him.
I want
and
that.
The cup.
I want that Chris Hunter, and we will win.
I'm the same for carrying me. I mean, I'm a stocky guy, and I probably weigh about 210 right now.
Okay.
So I need a guy bigger than me. So no offense, I know you get the speed and you get the strength, but also you don't have the length. My head would be dragging on the ground while you carry me. So I would have to go with Will-Billy or Sea Bear. Sea Bear or Will-Billy kind of toss up. We just know that Will-Billy is doing like high rocks and CrossFit and all this crap. So he just seems like he's can get off the couch and do this thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's why I go with Will-Billy. As far as carrying, I'd probably carry you. I'd carry you.
I think most of you would want to carry me. I'm probably about the lightest.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not as long, like holding you down, the gravity.
Yeah. And again, DW would be a close second, but again, me carrying him, I'd be afraid he'd be trying to pants me the whole time.
Yeah, he'd try to do something.
Yeah, it's like we'd barely finish that race.
If you finished.
If we finished.
You get so mad at him.
No, I probably wouldn't. I would like to see the pair of Sea Bear and DW do, though. That would be great. Because Sea Bear if Sea Bear was the carry, he'd pants him, and DW would be wearing like a banana hammock and just like foomp, and just like out there for all the glory. So that would be great to see. But no, yeah, a finish. I mean, it was rightly so. A Finnish couple won the race that was from Finnish lore. And apparently there's a World Wife Carrying Championships in Finland in July.
Wow.
So it's not too late.
It's not.
It's not too late, Semco. So if you want to,
let's go.
You can get in there. It's still niched, but the Scandinavian sport is followed in the UK, the US. So we're established. Australia, Poland, and other countries. So
I hope to see it on the Ocho.
All right. Geez, yeah. TiVo that bad boy. Does TiVo even still exist? I don't think so.
It shouldn't.
I mean, everything else is everything.
Just play it wherever you want, on whatever streaming service.
Yeah, everybody does a TiVo now. Everybody can like pause and record and everything like that. But anyways, so if you want to get out of the norm and watch something out of the big four sports, we got another one. We're an eclectic sports cast, my friend. We don't just single down into football. Everybody thinks that we're just a football podcast. No, we're giving you the Run National Champions. Yeah. We're giving you the Wife Carrying Championships. What's next? Tune in to find out.
Yes.
All right. But before we move forward, anything else that you got? We dive right into the brackets?
Well, I was going to say, there probably could have been a sleeper in our friend group.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Because if there was, as part of the competition, if one of the contestants, maybe the one that was carrying, had to chug some beer, then there is a very obvious winner in our group. And that's Mr. Darkness.
Yes, Mr. Darkness, yes. He's the X Factor.
The X Factor.
He'd make up that time pretty quickly.
Yeah, because apparently that's exactly what our good buddy did down in Florida over the weekend.
That's right. There was a beer mile in one of their local breweries. Yeah. I'm guessing it was celebrating St. Patty's Day, which is tomorrow.
I would assume so.
And they were wearing their green. They're wearing the green. Yes. Do you know what were they wearing?
Where they ran?
No, what were they wearing?
Oh, yes, they did send a picture, I believe.
That's glorious.
But I'm going to have to find it while you...
Oh, come on, man. So it was their Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's right.
Ninja Turtles.
That's right.
You had DW rocking the Leo. You had Darkness rocking the Rude Dude Raph. And what a great little... celebration of life that we got to see there. It did make you, feel like you were missing out a little bit.
I know. I kind of wish I was. Well, I wasn't going to do the drinking part, but I do the running part. But you know what? Darkness. Bravo.
Apparently he was robbed.
Yeah. He 200 plus contestants. He won the whole damn thing.
Good for him.
And they gave it to somebody else.
Boo. What? Why?
I don't know. I don't care. I want to know who the name of that guy was, and I want to go down there and whoop his ass.
Well, hey, you're on notice, Silver Bluff Brewery. I can't even say Silver Bluff Brewery. This is not a Guinness, I swear. For not giving darkness his due. Give some due darkness, for God's sakes. I mean, the guy won it fair and square. You know, the DW recorded him and Darkness doing a beer mile on like 2 years ago. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And they put it up on there, and he was lapping DW.
No, that's why I think when we did the Florida Man games, I literally was like in the Deer Dong beer pong or whatever that was.
Beer pong, yep.
It was, I'll take Darkness by himself over anybody else because the guy can chug.
Yeah, so like I'm reading what like we got the update here is that apparently they put the gold medal on some other guy who finished behind him due to so many people to keep up with, and they missed him. Like how do you do that? It's like you have one job. See who finishes first.
It's like they were like all like probably, I don't know, playing some Candy Crush or something, and we're like, oh, maybe we should turn and like see the end of the race. And Darkness had already finished.
Well, and it's like, how can you miss the guy? He's wearing a Ninja Turtle t-shirt, and he's wearing a red bandana to match. Maybe he was too much of a ninja that he just snuck right by those people.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, no excuses there, Silver Bluff. You got to get your act together.
I know.
But hey, Darkness, you're a winner in our book, my friend. We know that you got it, you know, and that's all that really matters. Jesus Christ.
You are drinking a Guinness.
I don't know what this
Olipop,
is.
aren't you?
Olipop. What have you got me into, my friend? No, but you're a winner in our book there, Darkness. You know, you might not have gotten a gold medal, but go see Seabear. I think he's got a pearl necklace for you, so he'll give you that instead.
If you can't make the playoffs in our fantasy leagues, at least you've got the beer mile to hold on to.
Hey, he made it hockey. I'm facing him right now.
Did he really?
Yeah, Dark Nice. Dark Ice.
It just doesn't happen that often. I just assume he hasn't made it.
Well, it's pretty much a bye week for me. He didn't start 2 of his goalies today, so I'm feeling
That's
pretty good.
exactly. This is what I'm talking about.
But now he's going to hear it. Now he's going to know, and he's going to set his lineup. See, I'm trying to be a good competitor here. So anyways, more on good competitors. We've got a whole a bracket of 68 good competitors that we're going to go through. The way that we're going to do this, people, is we're going to break it down region to region. We're going to go up to the Sweet 16. We'll take turns, give each other crap, and then we'll finish up with getting it up to the winner of that region, and then we'll move down region to region. So we're going to start out with Region 1, which we've just called Region 1 for no reason.
The East.
The East, if you will. Region 1 / the East, because East is number 1, baby.
Let's go.
Wifey. So, all right, I'm going to let you take the lead on the first, and then maybe I'll circle behind you, and I'm going to write down what you wrote so you can, and it's in pen, Semko, so no erasing this bad boy. So let's start out right out of the gate. Do you see a 16-1 upset here?
Absolutely not.
Siena over Duke?
Well, let me give you my full breakdown.
As you break my pen.
I broke my pen. No, this one's going to be easy. Duke. They're the number 1 seed overall, of course. I got Ohio State beating TCU. Honestly, I'm a Big Ten guy, so sure, why not?
Yeah, and TCU's, I mean, they had one good win, I believe. It was, against, I think they surprised, was it Florida or somebody this year? But that was the beginning of the season.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, I don't know. 8-9s.
That's a coin flip in most regards. That's not even an upset, but yeah, I'm with you. But go ahead.
Knowing that this is for, we'll have a little bet on the line. I guess we should get to that in a second. Knowing that how important it was, I almost wanted to call up our good friend Matt Coleman.
Ooh.
Because Matt Coleman gets the 8-9 games wrong at least 3 out of 4.
So you just go opposite.
I go opposite of him,
Smart.
yes, because that's a big trend of his. But actually, yes, before we start, there is going to be a bet on the line for all of this.
There is. My apologies. I don't want to skate by this. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we can't have a ranking or predictions without there being some skin in the game. So we both agreed, we came to the agreement that let's do something that's uncomfortable, maybe something that we could actively participate in during the draft or during the podcast. So that's what we ended up doing.
I think it's great. I think both of us are going to hate it if we lose, and it's not going to do but so much harm to us.
Do you want to keep it a secret until we get the punishment, or do you want to give the announcement right now to get people excited about?
Maybe we should let them know now.
Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, both Semco and I have decided that we are going to pick each other's punishment. It's in the same vein, same industry, if you will, and it's going to be, we're just going to pick a very uncomfortably hot, spicy treat.
Yes.
For the other participant to have to eat during the podcast of punishment, if you will.
Because one thing we definitely learned in a couple of the episodes ago was neither one of us likes any spicy or hot food.
We do not like it, and it's something that we don't have to pick two different punishments for two different people. Very, very aligned and standardized. So do you want to share the product of spice that you've chosen for me?
I have chosen Flamethrower Candies Flaming Anus Chocolate Bar.
Flaming Anus chocolate. Is it a suppository? Do I have to... Or can I eat it?
That's up to you, buddy.
Oh, dealer's choice, huh?
No, I prefer probably best that you eat it. But it's, I think, 2.2 million Scoville units.
Yes, the Scoville units.
Which is such an official thing. But yes, I think that's going to be my choice. It's got the Carolina Reaper pepper in there.
Okay.
So I think that's like the hottest. It could be something hotter, but let's just stick with that. I think enough, both of us with the Carolina Reaper involved, are not going to like it.
Yeah. I picked something that I thought would be more of a deceptive. And I'm not a huge chocolate fan, and spicy chocolate sounds absolutely just terrible. So good choice.
Thank you.
The one I picked, I went a different route. I went with something that, when you look at it, it might be right up Jerry Bear's alley. It's like, ooh, it's cheese balls?
Yeah.
I like cheese balls.
Not anymore.
Not these cheese balls. These are Anthony Spice's Carolina Reaper cheese balls. Also 2.2 million Scoville units or whatever.
Perfect.
And apparently it's a delayed bite. So you're going to eat it and you're like, this is pretty good. And then it's just going to hit you right in the face. And I got this is a huge bag. I don't know if you've seen this thing.
Yeah, it's now 40% bigger. We don't need any bigger.
It's at least 2 ounces of just like super spicy cheese balls. And I haven't decided if I'm going to make you eat the whole thing or not. I don't know. We'll see.
How about maybe like half?
Okay, half. Okay, I was going to give you a quarter, but I knew you were going to go half. So let's go half. See, this is how I get Semco to agree to something. So yes, off to a great start. Duke OSU. Those are both going to lose, and you're going to be just salivating for them cheese balls in your mouth.
I'm never going to eat a cheese ball after that.
I know. I'm going to ruin cheese balls for you.
And again, you'll kind of come out the winner because you already don't like chocolate. So
I mean, I don't dislike chocolate. It's just like it's not my go-to, right?
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think cheese balls are your go-to anymore. Maybe
Not
back in
really.
college, but
Yeah.
they used to be.
I mean, I'd eat them if they're there, but
Yeah, that's the problem. Cheese balls are one of those things where if you're just sitting out, you're like, well, I'll have 50.
yeah.
And they're gone. You're like, whoa, I feel terrible about myself.
But yes, and then also I think we're going to do first round 1 point, second 2, and just kind of double as we go through.
Yeah,
Kinda
traditional
your standard.
time. Yeah, your standard doubling up.
So yes,
you think you got 2 points locked in right here? Duke OSU.
not really the OSU. I'm never confident about an 8-9 game, except for that ODU Butler that just jammed me up. Still to this day.
Still to this day. Never forget. Man. Never forget. All right, so let's move forward. St. John's, Northern Iowa.
I got St. John's. I'm a big 12/5 guy, so I actually really looked at this one pretty tough. And Northern Iowa might be one of the weakest 12 seeds I think I've ever seen. So I kind of, I've got a couple other 12s I like more. So St. John's.
I mean, yeah, they don't have Ali Faroukmanesh anymore.
Don't.
So,
and they're not a 9 seed.
But they still give me the night sweats.
A little
Northern
bit.
Iowa
It's a 12, so automatically you get the sweats.
All right.
I got Kansas.
Over Cal Baptist.
I do.
I mean, who the hell is Cal Baptist?
I have no idea.
This is one of those teams where I'm just like, how does a team like this? No disrespect. What division are they in? Where they get an automatic bid, or they get chosen over?
Well, they're obviously decent though. They're a 13 seed, so they play in like a decent conference.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, to be a 13.
The Lancers. I mean, they're 13-5. They did play a top 25 team. They lost.
No, of course.
All right, moving on.
So I am going to have South Florida beating Louisville.
All right,
they got the best mid-major player, Isaiah Nelson, in the country.
Okay.
This is more, I'm just not super high on Louisville.
Yeah.
And South Florida has had a pretty strong record, done well. So yeah, I'm going to pick the upset.
Yeah. That seems like a popular one.
It does.
All right, what you got next? Michigan State, North Dakota State. Who you got?
North Dakota State.
Way.
I got some things to say.
14/3, North Dakota State.
I'm going to tell you one thing. The 14s over the 3 were more almost appetizing than the 12s over the 5s.
Wow.
Like, I just saw so many bad matchups for those 3 seeds because Michigan won. They've got Jeremy Fears Jr. the second.
Yes.
That's all they have. The rest of their team is so-so. There's no real secondary scorer. March Madness, you got to have somebody else step up. First of all, North Dakota State, the Bison, as they like to be pronounced. Bison. They're kind of they're now in FBS, but they used to be like a Division II FCS school. But they won like everything. They are a sports-heavy program. They invest in it.
Didn't Carson Wentz go to North Dakota State?
So did Trey Lance.
All right, so they got quarterbacks.
But they got good players.
Okay.
But they've got a winning culture. But what I liked about it, they've got 39% three-point shooting, 55% from inside the arc. They shoot it well. They play great defense. I think this is a bad matchup for Michigan State.
It's a bad matchup, Michigan State. Bad matchup. All right, so there's your first big one of the
yes, sir.
Of the matchup. You got Michigan State going down. Tom Izzo.
Yep.
A freaking legacy
I know.
coach.
He's been known to lose some first-round games, though.
He has.
And I don't think this team is near... For a 3 seed, I don't know. I've seen much better 3 seeds.
I mean, like, Ken Palm's got them as the 8th best defense in the entire bracket.
Michigan State. Well, they're going to... That defense does win you championships, but that's why I'm like... But North Dakota State can shoot it.
Yeah.
So they could almost shoot past the defense, and Michigan State's got like one guy on offense.
Okay.
That's my worry.
I know. You hate the one guy that you have to always count on.
Yep.
I know. Yes.
UCLA, UCF. I got UCF.
Ooh.
I'm just not I hate Mick Cronin so much.
You do hate Mick Cronin so much.
And there is a trend that I'm going to get to that I'll kind of give my point on later. But you might have already kind of picked up on it a little bit.
Okay.
UConn Furman, that's UConn.
Okay, UConn. All right, so on to the next round, my friend. Who you got?
So we'll go Duke, Ohio State, Duke.
You got Duke just rolling through to the Sweet 16.
Duke's a good team, man. And Cameron Boozer is, I mean, he's supposed to put up like the most proficient season since like 2003 or something. Mm-hmm. So he's going to lead that team. St. John's in Kansas. I wish, like, I gave such good info on North Dakota State, Michigan State. This one is just, I mean, St. John's did just win the tournament, blow out UConn. I can't believe they're in the same bracket, honestly.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what Darren Peterson is going to show up for Kansas.
That's a problem.
And I don't like him. I just don't like him because of that. So I think St. John's is going to win.
Okay. So you got St. John's beating a blue blood, Kansas.
And so I've got...
I mean, 2 great coaches. You got Patina versus Self, man.
I know.
I mean, this is the coaches' region.
It is. That's why I think everyone's like, Duke got pwned.
They did kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, but continue.
So I got South Florida versus North Dakota State.
2 upsets. You got an 11 and a 14 facing each other.
Which I generally always have in my bracket. And that like never happens. But
hey, but this could be the year.
This could be the year. So as much as I wanted to pick North Dakota State...
You got them beating Izzo.
I do. But I'm going to go with South Florida.
So you think they just got enough in them to beat one powerhouse?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I'm going to stick to that.
Yeah, too late. So I told you, I'm writing it in a pen. You can't change it.
Okay, and then I've got UConn.
Okay. You got it because that Justin Bieber song, UConn? UConn.
I don't listen to Justin
Yeah, you don't.
Bieber.
Yeah, sure you don't.
Sure you don't.
You're wearing a Bieber shirt right now. I'm looking right at it.
I'm a believer.
Oh, man, don't. All right, so we got you into the Sweet 16. We got Duke, St. John's, USF. There's your big one. 14 in the Sweet 16.
11.
What?
They're an 11.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
South Florida's 11.
I'm sorry. I kept wanting to give you North Dakota State.
I
You
know.
got them crazy about them. And then you got UConn coming in. All right. Are you ready for the true bracket?
Of course.
The right region.
Something like that.
All right. As much as I want to see Duke go down, it's just not happening. I mean, The Sienna's even spelling their name wrong. Where's the other N? Sienna's got 2 N's in it. It's one N? No. So Duke over Sienna, that seems like a pretty slam dunk decision right there.
They can't spell their name right.
Because, make sure you write that part down. It's almost as good as them like playing in a dome or not playing in a dome.
Oh, my God. That was the worst take I've ever heard.
Again, and I looked it up. I was right. TCO, they did beat Florida very early on in the season, but then they've just blown for the rest of the year. So I got Ohio State, and just for the same reason, Big Ten, and Ohio State seemed pretty strong, kind of at the tail end. I always look at which team is trending in the right direction.
Yeah, me too.
But it's weird. It's like trending in the right direction, but I don't fault them if they fall flat on their face during like a championship, like a league championship.
Oh yeah, like the final.
Yeah. So I got Ohio State getting past that one. Again, Northern Iowa scares me. Like, just because, again, I've got the demons and the ghosts of Farouk Manish. But, I mean, Patino knows how to coach his teams. He's really, he's gotten the right people to St. John's. So I got St. John's beating them Wildcats.
Nice.
And then, California Baptist, good on you.
I knew you were going to pick
sure
Kansas.
They got great music, but I got Kansas winning that one.
You're like, I don't even know who this school is.
California Baptist. What are you talking about here? I also am just disrespecting Louisville. I looked at their matchup. I just didn't like anything that I saw. So I do have South Florida beating them. I mean, Louisville's 3-6 against top 25 teams. They're giving up a lot of points, and they just try and outscore people. I'm just not, psyched about it. And again, it's like, I know that they play in a lesser conference, but South Florida was ranked. They won their conference, and Louisville was what? 5th, 6th in the Big East?
I know.
Or the ACC?
ACC, yeah.
I mean, gross. That's not a good conference anymore. So, yeah, I got USF winning that game. And then I've got UCLA because you're crazy. I want to see more crazy in my bracket, so I want to see Cronin go on. And again, they just got so much talent on that team. They've got deep pockets. I know that they're paying these guys. I know there's a lot of, weird energy coming from that team, but I just don't see UCF putting up enough fight to beat UCLA. So I got UCLA moving on in that matchup as well. And then again, Furman, I got nothing on you. So UConn, again, I like a little crazy in my bracket, so I want to see Hurley move on for the all crazy matchup.
I do
in the
like
next round,
though.
All right, so I got Duke, I got Ohio State, St. John's, Kansas, South Florida, Michigan State, UCLA, Connecticut. All right, next up, getting into the Sweet 16. As much as I would love to see Duke bounce out here, I just don't have it. There is just too much talent on the team, even with the injuries that they have. So I got them beating Ohio State, moving on to the Sweet 16.
Nice.
But, man, I mean, after that, you look at these, I mean, St. John's, Kansas, we talked about this, you got Patina versus Self.
I know.
But it's weird. We're aligned on this. It's like their best player, who I know is going to be a lottery pick, it doesn't feel like his heart's in it. He's already looking at that NBA bag.
Yup.
And I could see him quitting in that game halfway through.
Pulling like the guy from USC did.
Yeah. Just like, I feel a little tightness in my hand. I'm not going to risk next level, so I'm going to half-ass it until you take me out of the game. Patino would never allow that on his team, and, he's going to make sure his team gives it all. And again, like I talk about the tournaments, not trying to play too much, but, I mean, when they mollywop UConn, and again, they're trending in the right direction, they seem like a formidable foe for anybody right now, so I got St. John's beating Kansas.
Okay.
You're insane picking North Dakota State to beat Michigan State. I've got them not only passing North Dakota State, but then just flying through and hitting South Florida right in the mouth as well, and just punching their ticket into the Sweet 16.
Literally
Michigan State. Yeah, Tom Izzo. I've always been Team Tom Izzo.
I do
for
like
the last
Tom Izzo.
20 years. Last time he won the championship was what?
2000 with Mateen Cleaves.
Jeez. But, Cleaves. I was like, what a great name. And then, this one was tough. UCLA, UConn. I mean, just the crazy meets the crazy. And this is my first big...
Hurley versus Cronin throwing down.
I mean, just
if the game goes to overtime, those two need to either fight or go one-on-one.
Right, yeah, that should be the shutout, or like the new, like the sudden death.
Yes.
Literally. Cage match, just the two of them. But this is my first big upset. I got UCLA beating UConn.
Whoa.
Yeah. Again, it's just like this could either make me look like a genius or it could make me look like a lunatic. But UCLA, has looked terrible, but then has looked great. They beat Illinois, Nebraska ball, and Michigan State in the last 7 of the games. We went 6-1. So we're talking about trending in the right direction.
They are.
And they were cruising, all right, until they ran into a Purdue in the Big Ten champion. What was it, semifinals?
Semifinals, yeah.
But they were cruising, and they look like they're starting to put the pieces together. So I think that they might be just meshing in the right time. And again, like, I can't get that punishment UConn took from St. John's out of my head. And I know I shouldn't, but I'm like, if you can get beat by 20,
yeah, it's true.
Like, you're not as impenetrable as everybody thinks you are. So this is my big upset. I got UCLA a 7.
Dude,
going over UConn.
Why didn't you just say that the real reason for UCLA is because if they're good enough to beat Nebraska, then they should go
that's
further?
It.
That's all you needed to say.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, they can beat Nebraska.
I was wondering why you just kept talking up UCLA so much. There it is.
Well, and UCLA is this team, like, the funny thing is the next matchup, which we'll go into, are two teams that have burned me freaking horribly in the past, and I'm just a glutton for punishment. And I'll go into what happened for both of those in just a little bit. But, all right, so we're there. We're at the Sweet 16 for the East. We've got a few similarities. Our the first matchup, we've got exactly the same. And the second matchup, we've got completely different.
Yes, we do.
All right, so
I love that.
Let's go right into it.
Duke St. John's. Look, man, Cameron Boozer is awesome, and I think that Duke team is great. I got Duke. I think it's going to be I think after this point, I think the Sweet 16 is where you're just going to – I don't know if there's going to be but so many upsets in there, but the games are going to be really tough. So I think Duke squeaks it out, but I think they make it to the Elite Eight. And then South Florida versus UConn. UConn did lose bad, but Bobby Hurley has won this thing twice. Think he really knows how to get the guys prepped. Not saying like they could go much further, but it's just one of those, it's South Florida. I think UConn handles South Florida. And I've got Duke and UConn in my Elite Eight.
Ooh. Getting a little chalky there, are we? A 1-2.
A little 1-2. I know. I don't like that, but, I'll just get it out of the way now. I feel like a hypocrite. I've talked so much about the NIL transfer portal. These teams are up there for a reason. They get these guys. I think they're just stronger teams. So I think I'm going to see a lot. You're going to see a lot of lower seeds. Lower seeds? Higher seeds?
Higher seeds.
Higher seeds in there. But I got Duke. I think UConn losing by 20. I think that was. I think that was kind of telling. Truthfully, the way I have my bracket, I don't really have UConn playing the toughest opponents.
No, you do not. UCF and USF. It's an all-Florida gauntlet you got them going against.
So I think with that kind of in mind.
Well, in Furman, I don't know where Furman is, but whatever.
Like North Carolina or something.
All right.
But anyway, yeah. So I got Duke in my Final Four.
Okay. All right. Well, this is where again we will part ways.
You picked Duke.
I can't believe I picked
enough.
Duke this far. I can't. It's making me sick. So thank goodness.
You're wearing Duke colors right now.
Oh my God, I'm wearing blue. Okay, they don't own blue. Thank goodness Rick Pitino's coming to save me from myself. So I do have St. John's continuing on this meteoric rise. And again, it has something to say. Like Pitino, you talked about coaches. You talked about Hurley taking them. Like Pitino's been doing this for 40 years.
Cheating every which way, though.
It's not cheating anymore.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. No. So I have him getting these guys in the right state of mind. Duke is potentially going to be without 2 of their better players. I mean, we're talking about an 8-man team going down to 6. They're going to have 1 sub half the game because Foster won't be back at earliest if they make it to the Final Four. So they're going to be without Caleb Foster. And then Patrick, I'm going to butcher his name, but Ngongaba.
Yeah.
He missed the whole ACC tournament, and he might play in the first wing, and he might not.
I know.
So it's like they were an 8-man team that went down to 6 with the quickness. So, I know that their talent at the top. And a shout out to a Marshall grad. Her son plays for Duke. I don't know if he's in the rotation. His last name's Harris.
Okay.
But Will Billy knows. She knows Roxy Harris. She played basketball for our women's team in our high school, Marshall High School.
Nice.
And now her son is playing for Duke.
That's awesome.
Makes me feel old.
Yes, it does. It should. Makes me too.
But no, I'm sorry. As much as I'm happy to see Roxy, your son making it into an elite program. I got St. John's slamming the door on Duke in 2026. So I got St. John's making it into the Elite Eight. And then, again, you and I are so different. You got them losing in the first round. I got Michigan State beating up on Cronin. A little Big Ten matchup there. Weird still to say UCLA is in the Big Ten.
I know. It makes no sense.
We're going to just skip right past that. UCLA, I'm going to just assume that Cronin just blows a pop vessel in a win, or blows a blood vessel in a win against UConn, and then he loses all of his coaching tenacity. And Izzo, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He just knows how to get his team going. So I got Michigan State going into the Elite Eight for a matchup that could have been played 20 years ago. Patino versus Izzo. St. John's versus Michigan State.
This trend here.
And Michigan State, I can't say no to my boy Tom. I love Tom Izzo.
My gosh.
He's like the greatest coach of all time. He does it the right way.
He does.
He does it maybe not with the most talented team, but he knows how to coach them up. He knows how the tournament works. And I say this every year, and he burns me every year.
Yes, he does.
Every year he burns me, but I can't say no to a little bit of Tom Izzo. A lot of bit of Tom Izzo.
I know.
So as much as I know it's going to hurt me, I got Michigan State making it to the Final Four.
He has burned me so much too, but the only thing I think I'll say that I think you have a fighter's chance. I don't think a lot of people are giving him a chance, and I think that's when he's made lately his Final Four runs are when you don't count his team as having a chance. I know they're a 3 seed, but I think there's a lot of other teams that are being talked about. So this would be a good opportunity for him, but how many more times is he going to let you down?
I mean, at least one more time. Yeah. At least one more. But yeah, I mean, just let's take a pause real quick. But I mean, you look at the coaches in this. I mean, obviously, you don't got Coach K at Duke anymore, but it's an established program.
Yeah.
You got Patino at St. John's. You got Bill Self at Kansas. You got Tom Izzo at Michigan State. And you got Hurley in Connecticut. I mean, this is a murder's row. Like, if Duke makes it out of here, I'm never going to give them any credit.
No, you're not.
But they might not even have to hit murder's row. I mean, this could go so many different ways. I mean, he doesn't have to face Izzo and Hurley or Cronin. He has to face one of them.
I know.
So
that does help Duke a little bit, but still, that is just a tough bracket for the number 1 overall seed, which I feel like the last few years, that number 1 overall seed does end up feeling like they're in the toughest bracket, which is not how it should be.
Yeah, you're right. There have been a couple times where you're like, hey, I'm the number 1. Isn't this supposed to be easier for me?
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, but we gave you CN in the first round. Great. What did you give me after that?
All the greatest coaches like that are still coaching. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and so we both agree that we're not going to see a 16 beat a 1, at least in this region, or a 15 beat a 2. I'll tell you, we have one friend who we don't really shout out too much that did predict a 15 over a 2, and the 2 was Duke.
Yes.
And it was back when we were going to school down in the Hampton Roads area. Norfolk State was playing Duke in the first round. And this was also the same time when I believe it was it Dwight's or was it Todd's? Was it Dwight's wedding that we were in Vegas for?
Dwight, yes.
It was Dwight's wedding.
Yeah.
So, no, was it? I think it was Todd's bachelor party.
It could have been his bachelor party. It wasn't his wedding.
I know it wasn't his wedding.
Okay.
I think it was his bachelor party.
Okay.
You were there for the Ninja Turtles and the bachelor party? No?
No.
Okay. Maybe it wasn't that. But you were there for this.
No.
Okay, well now why am I asking you?
I don't know.
There? So I got to tell the story. So it had to have been Todd's birthday bachelor party because it was the perfect storm because he picked his bachelor party on like the first weekend of March Madness.
That's right. Yeah.
And St. Patrick's Day, and we were there for a bachelor party in Vegas.
That's a good combo.
I mean, perfect storm, just
Yeah.
chaos. But we were at, we're broke college kids. We're just out of college. We're not going to Bellagio. We're not going to Caesar's Palace. We found this little place on the Strip called Casino Royale.
Okay.
That was giving away $1 Mick Ultras. And that's where we were like, this is where we are staying. They got TVs everywhere. We can watch the games. And we're just going to plot down here. And DW was there, obviously, and a whole bunch of our group friends were all wearing our Ninja Turtle T-shirts, kind of like the ones that Darkness and DW. I think it was probably the exact same ones.
Might have been.
And one of those moments that I'll never forget from that trip is when we were watching the games. We were all putting bets in for the games because, obviously we're in Vegas. And DW comes to us and he says, "Yeah, our friend Joe Waterman." Shout out Joe.
Yep.
Never going to hear this podcast, but he'll still get a free shout out here. He had entrusted DW. First off, let's settle in how dumb that idea is. That sentence alone. Entrust DW. But he entrusted DW to put a pretty hefty wager on a pretty hefty upset. Norfolk State over Duke. Watching the game real time. And I think when I remember this is that I was watching, I was like, oh, wow, Norfolk State is keeping up with them.
Yeah.
And DW, this is like halfway through the game. He's like, "Hey, how's the game going?" I was like, "Well, it's like Norfolk State. I think they're winning." And he's like, "Ha ha ha." He just kind of walks away. Then he walks right back. He was like, "Hey, I was supposed to put a bet on this." And I was like, "Oh, yeah? For like Duke? You're in trouble." He's like, "No, I was supposed to bet on Norfolk State. Joe Waterman gave me like $100 to put on Norfolk State to win, and I told him I didn't, and I didn't do it." And then he tried to explain away. He was trying to say, "Well, they were never going to win. I was going to give him his money back and be like, 'You're welcome. I didn't waste your money.'" And instead, I think we did the calculation. He would have won like $5,000 or something like that, which is might as well be $1 million for a broke college kid. And but of course, in true DW fashion, he's just laughing the entire time, telling every soul he can find. And after the game ends, he calls Waterman up, and he just tells us straight, he's like, "And I didn't put the bet in." It just clicks, hangs up on him.
Oh, my God. But, Joe,
we've all been there.
You entrusted Dwight.
DW, yeah, come on.
Like, of everyone that was going on that trip, you couldn't have called somebody else to be like, "Can you please do this for me?"
Or at least, can you ensure that he does this? You need to have a safety.
You knew better, and that's on you, actually.
I don't know if they've talked since. No, that's not true. I know they've talked since, but yeah, that's one of the defining DW moments in Vegas. There's quite a few stories from that trip, and we'll get into them. I won't tell them all right now, but that one, since we're doing betting and since we're talking about upsets, I thought that was pretty precise. So DW, good on you. Way to keep it lively, and remind me never to allow you to place a bet for me.
No, I'm not going to allow him to do really. I'm not going to ask him to do anything.
Yeah, especially with money. I can't trust him to do that.
No. If you do, then just consider it gone, and you'll never reap the rewards or if whatever happens. And
it's not like we're saying that DW would just take the money and run. He would just spend it on something insane.
Yes.
Or something that you don't need. Or, like a sandwich that you can't stand. Or something along those lines. That's in the DW fashion right there.
And then he just had the smile on his face of yeah, this was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, got you.
And you'd be probably pissed for the first day, and then the next day you'd just be like, that's my fault, really.
Can't stay mad at him.
Can't stay mad.
Just can't stay mad at him.
Dwight, the power you have.
But with that, we'll get back to the mad and the madness. Let's get into Region 2 now. So we're going to move from east to west. West side. So we'll do it again. We'll get to the Sweet 16. So let's go start out. Do you want me to go first this time and then you go second?
You know what? No, I'll go first.
You just want to go first? Fine.
I do.
Go ahead.
That's our thing. I go first.
Fine. You go first. Yeah.
You're the closer.
I'm the closer.
Yeah.
All right.
You're Kira Sedgwick.
What?
Wasn't that the show she had?
Kira Sedgwick.
Sedgwick. Wasn't her
married to Kevin Bacon?
Yes. The closer.
That's
that was
1
her
degree
show.
to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, it is. I had something, but I lost it.
And it's gone.
As am I. Santa Cruz.
All right. So let's get back on track here. West. We got what a lot of people have is the favorite to win the whole thing. You got Arizona. Who you got? You got Brooklyn.
No.
Brooklyn in the house.
I got Arizona.
All right.
Well-balanced team. It's a 1/16. Come on. Yeah. I picked 1/16 to beat a 1 ever.
And it wasn't the right one. It wasn't UMBC.
It was, I do remember it. It was Cincinnati when they, remember they had Kenyon Martin. Mm-hmm. And then Kenyon Martin was gone. And then they had, I might remember his name later, but he was a point guard. But they didn't really have much else around them. And they didn't really play anybody all year, but they lost one game. I think they played Boston University. I was like, you know what? I got Cincy losing in the second round.
Why not just make them lose in the first?
And then Cincy went to the Final Four or something. But that's the only time I think I've ever picked a 16.
Okay. why start now?
Not over.
Not on Arizona.
No.
Not on his watch.
Villanova, Utah State. I'll be honest. Once again, 8-9. I've just heard that Utah State's kind of beaten some teams before, and when I'm looking at other teams, they're saying that it was a good win that they beat Utah State. So I'm going to say Utah State's a good team over Villanova.
We're just going to go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here we go, baby. 12-5. High Point.
You got High
Wisconsin.
Point?
Let's go High Point.
Ooh.
I'm a little nervous because Wisconsin has all the factors I kind of like in a team. I mean, they've had 3 really good wins. They beat your Final Four pick, Michigan State, by 21. They gave Michigan their first loss. Mm-hmm. They've got 3 really good guards, and I like guard play. But you know what? Unfortunately, you're a 5 seed. And High Point had the number 1 offense and defense in their conference. Mm-hmm. They're very upperclassmen oriented, and they're top 5 in the turnover rate in the country.
Ooh.
They hold on to the ball, and they've got a great offense and a great defense. The Golden State Warriors had a great offense and defense.
Oh, wow. You're comping them to the Golden State Warriors.
For this game, yes.
Wow.
So another Big Ten team. Sayonara, Sammy.
I thought you were just like, I like the High Point Panthers over the Wisconsin Badgers.
I'm not a big fan of a badger, even though, because that's what my dog hunts.
Your dog hunts badgers?
Well, dachshunds. That's actually what they were bred for.
Really?
Rabbits, badgers. Yeah, to go into
those are 2 very different things, rabbits and badgers.
Well, they were first bred to go hunt badgers.
I can't see a little wiener dog going after a badger.
This is a miniature dachshund, the real dachshunds that are like 4 times the size or 3 times the size of a miniature. But yes, they were bred to hunt badgers.
Okay. All right.
So I don't like badgers.
All right. Yeah, screw you, badgers.
Yeah.
All right.
Arkansas, Hawaii. I'm going Arkansas.
Jimbo, cover your ears.
I know, but they got Darius Akuf, their point guard. He leads the team. John Calipari, his best squads, Derrick Rose in Memphis, are when he has a point guard. But there also is a little bit of love for Arkansas because, I don't know if you knew this or not, but my high school alma mater is actually the number 1 team in the country, Paul VI High School.
Really?
They are. And their best player is going to Arkansas next year.
So you got a little feels, a little sentimentality.
But I do like the guard play. Like I said, I don't like it for Wisconsin for whatever reason, but I like it for Arkansas.
All right.
I'm going to say this. These next matchups, like the BYU game down to Purdue, I have no idea. I feel like, honestly, other than Queens, I think almost any of these other teams could make a run because there's so many issues with some of these teams. I do want to put a little asterisk on Gonzaga, though, because if Braden Huff doesn't play for Gonzaga, I think it can change things. So I'm going to give the picks anyways and I'm going to stick to it.
Okay.
But that could change a lot. But BYU, they got AJ Dybansta.
Yeah, probably one of the best players in the conference or in the
country.
Country.
Him and Peterson from Kansas will be 1 or 2 in the draft. But his other 2 best players are gone.
So you don't give either the playing teams, Texas or NC State, a shot?
I was going to say I'm going to pick BYU, but I don't know. I could see Texas or NC State winning. Gonzaga, Kennesaw. Honestly, if Kennesaw State didn't have their best player out with a gambling allegation, I probably would have Kennesaw State beating Gonzaga.
Ooh.
I think Gonzaga's weak. They are good at one thing. Well, they're good at 2 things. One, they are good at not getting upset in the first round.
Yeah, they very rarely get bounced in the first round.
But 2, they're generally don't get past the Elite 8 and disappoint you. They've had a couple runs. They made a final. They made another Final Four. But other than that, they generally lose in the Elite 8. But since they're playing a bad Kennesaw team, they'll win. Miami, Missouri. I don't know. I got a hunch Miami's going to win.
Okay.
I think Missouri's been a little too up and down. And Purdue, I think the most overrated team in the country.
Ooh.
I don't care that you just won the Big Ten title. The second... Look, I love seeing like a white guy like Braden Smith go out there and put up all these All-American numbers. You've been playing college basketball for 6 years now. The same thing's going to happen in this tournament. The second that you go up against a more athletic team, you're going to get put in your place and look like me and my buddy Brandon here out there on the court. So,
how dare you?
I'm sorry, me. Looking like me. I'm not going to throw you in there.
Don't throw me under the bus.
But unfortunately, they're a 2 seed playing a 15, so Purdue is going to win that game.
Well, I think you're starting to lead the witness. I think we know what's going to happen to Purdue.
Well,
but let's go to the next round. All right, so you got Arizona, Utah State, High Point, Big 12-5 upset, Arkansas, BYU, Gonzaga, Miami, and Purdue. So you only got the one upset in that first round.
You do.
Oh, Utah State, but that's an 8-9, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, we got Arizona, Utah State.
Arizona. Easy.
Yeah, you're not even – okay. All right, easy.
Moving on.
All right.
I got Arkansas winning. I just think they're a really long, athletic, good team. I think they'll beat Wisconsin or High Point. So I kind of went with High Point some of that too because I don't have
either of them going past Arkansas.
Yeah. BYU, Gonzaga. Once again, Gonzaga, I wanted you to lose to Kennesaw. Unfortunately not. I want you to lose to BYU, but if it's just AJ Dybansta, I just think you'll have more depth to take them on. So Gonzaga, you get a free pass to the Sweet 16. Miami, Purdue. I don't like Miami or Missouri. I think Purdue lucked out again, and they're going to win this game.
By default.
So I got Arizona, Arkansas, Gonzaga, and Purdue. I got 1, 2, 3, and 4, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could do something different.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, you and Chalky here, but let's keep pushing through. My turn.
Go.
Yeah, I got Arizona. What is LIU? Brooklyn? I have no idea. And Arizona has just looked incredibly dominant in really long stretches, so there's nothing more to say there. I saw the same thing you did. I just also saw the Villanova-Utah State thing. Villanova's 0-5 this year against top 25 teams.
Utah State it is.
That is not a good record. Give me one win, dude. Show me that you can go against a good competitor. 0-5, can't think it's going to be 1-5, so I'm going Utah State.
This is why we don't need to add any more teams into this tournament. The fact that you just allowed, and you made them an 8 seed.
Yeah.
And they couldn't beat anybody.
Nobody in the top 25.
Yeah, that's awful.
I got Wisconsin. I got the Badgers winning. Again, maybe this is just Big Ten hubris. I just think that they've been playing good competition and they've had some pretty good wins. You kind of mentioned
they have.
They beat a Michigan. They beat Illinois. They beat Purdue. So they've beaten good teams. As long as they don't get sleepy against High Point, I think they should take care of business. But again, you look at the variables. High Point scores a lot of points. They score they're averaging 90 points a game. And Wisconsin's not the best defensive team, so I could see that going your way. But I do the same thing you do. It's like I want to pick all 12s over 5s. So I'm trying to tell myself not to. So right now I'm over 2. I got 5s passing the 12 in 2 rounds.
McNeese or Akron going to be winners.
No. So I got Wisconsin winning that game. Arkansas versus Hawaii. Again, Jimbo, sorry, we're not giving those Rainbow Warriors any love, but Arkansas, again, Calipari. I put so much and almost too much importance on the coaching when it comes to the March Madness.
I think that is important, though.
Right, been there before, know how to train up these people, and Calipari especially. He knows he was kind of ahead of the game because he already knew he was getting one and doners, right?
Yep.
But now it's almost like changed because now guys want to stay in college because they're getting paid.
Yep.
So now he's got to completely change the script. He's like, okay, now I have to actually keep these guys around for 2 or 3. I think he's starting to see that, and I think getting out of Kentucky, he feels free. He can breathe again. It's not so much pressure, and he can just coach.
Yep.
So Arkansas, beating Hawaii. This is the toss-up for me. I could see Texas or NC State beating BYU, but again, I'm going to give it to the guy that's one of the best in the country. So AJ and BYU, they're going to squeak by whoever they play in that first 4 matchup. And then Gonzaga, Kennesaw State, like you said, and we're going to see this, and I'll talk about it on the next one too, is that, Gonzaga's just, they've got a coach job. I want to say it's almost like, who does Gonzaga know on the people that decide these brackets, where they just got such an easy pass to at least the Sweet 16.
Yes.
It's crazy. But they get Kennesaw State. Okay, you're going to blow right past them. I'm going to flip you on this. I'm going to say Missouri over Miami. I just give more respect to the SEC than I do the ACC, and also I got Miami Heat from
Carson
college
Beck.
football. Yeah, so it's still lingering, I guess. So I'm going to stick with Missouri for that one. And then I'm not as low on Purdue as you are. Like, I think that they've got size and they've got experience and they got a great coach. So yes, I think they're going to be Queens handedly. Get out of here. All right,
Well, they're going to beat them handedly.
well, you didn't say that. You just you just start dogging them right out of the gate. All right, Arizona, Utah State. Again, Arizona, Utah State. You're going up against one of the best in the country, so not much you can do there. Arkansas and Wisconsin. I also have Arkansas going past this.
Okay.
I liked what I saw with them late in the year, and then the run they had in the SEC tournament. You're like, okay, you're playing with the big dogs, and you're not shying away from it. I like the competitive spirits, and they've got some. Again, they've got some. They've got an NBA lottery pick in Darius Cuff. I think you said his name was. So talent has to win out at some point here, right? Wisconsin, no offense, I don't know if they got anybody. BYU Gonzaga, again, Gonzaga, it's probably the easiest path to the Sweet 16 in this entire freaking bracket.
Agreed.
So I got them beating BYU to make another Sweet 16. And then I got Purdue beat Missouri. You think it's the second easiest path to the Sweet 16 in the bracket. I don't think so much. I just give Purdue a bit more credit. And again, the size, stature, Purdue's a big team. So I just see them kind of just pushing Missouri around.
Okay. Not bad. So we've got...
So we're as far as our Sweet 16 on this region, we're the same.
We are the same.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see if we mix it up here.
I know. I will say, so if haven't noticed a big trend yet with me, I'm pretty down on the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I thought the closest thing I could come to it was remember from maybe 2010 to 2020, the Big 12 in football, where it was all 5 wide, spread it out, throw it 60 times a game. The scores were 55 to 52, and it was just a run and gun conference. And then whenever they would go play anybody out of conference, got smashed. And I feel like the Big Ten for basketball, it's the way they play, their style, I just don't think it superly matches up with the rest of the other
top
leagues.
Okay.
And I think it's a bad matchup for them. They're honestly, once again, Michigan State, I mean, they could go on a run, but a lot of these teams kind of only have, other than maybe Michigan we get to, kind of have one guy, that is really carries them, and then the rest are kind of complimentary. I feel like a lot of these other teams got 2 or 3 at least quality guys, if not 1 star to kind of match. And I don't know, the Big Ten seems to disappoint. They don't seem quite as athletic, quite as quick, quite as they play a little slower pace. It feels like it's so
plodding.
Yeah, so I just don't have a lot of stock in them really.
Okay.
So that's kind of been my opinion on the Big Ten. That's why I've been kind of picking against them. We'll see if that holds up on the other side. But getting to the West, our Sweet 16, Arizona, Arkansas. I got Arizona. They're just a team to me that, I mean, when they beat Iowa State in the Big 12 semifinals, their 2 lottery picks. What was his name? Keat.
Yeah.
And Burgess. They had their 2 worst games. And it was the other 3 starters that picked it up the slack for them. It's always somebody. They could literally have one of 5 or 6 guys that could take over, and I think they're okay with that. If they've got a hot hand with a guy, that one guy Del Oso comes off the bench. I was watching him against Houston. He was lighting Houston up in the regular season, and they just kept feeding him the rock. Go ahead, dude. Do some work. And they don't care. They play so well as a team. So I got Arizona beating Arkansas. But I think, again, just like Duke, when they had to play St. John's, I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But I think Arizona squeaks by. And Gonzaga, Purdue, once again, look, Purdue, you just haven't gone up against a team that's more athletic than you. You luck boxed your way this far. You're going to get past a bad Gonzaga team, and you've made the Elite Eight. Wow.
Boilermakers.
I can't believe that worked out for you. I mean, Duke seriously, Duke should have been like the 2 seed here and have an easier path to the elite, like the Elite Eight, than they do in their region. But as I just dogged Purdue this whole time,
I would be shocked if you're picking Purdue.
I think Arizona is going to smoke Purdue. Arizona, if Arkansas, whoever comes out of that top part of that bracket is going to smoke whatever team comes out of that lower part. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay, all right. Yeah, tell me how you really feel there, Simcoe.
I just did.
My goodness. All right. Well, I'm not as demonstrative as you are, but the outcomes are pretty much the same. I got Arizona handling Arkansas. Again, you'll see kind of the theme for me outside of Michigan State. Because I love Tom Izzo so much. But size wins. And Arizona's got a 7'2" guy in Krivas. They've got Ivan Karacek. I can't even pronounce the last name.
Oh, he's good. Yeah.
And they've got Toby Awaka. These all are huge human beings. Like, I mean, I don't think that Arkansas can handle that in the post. There's a reason why Arizona is like the number 1 defense in the entire world right now. So I just see them, just taking care of business against Arkansas. And then, to your point, it's like, Gonzaga, good on you for getting this far, but you're going up against an actual team.
Yes.
So I got Purdue kind of taking care of business against the Zags.
The Zags.
Although, I mean, man, there was a part of me, maybe it's just hearing all the vitriol you have for Purdue. I was like, maybe I should put Zag facing Arizona. I mean, who could it hurt? Because I also have Arizona winning whoever they play against. But I'm going to stick with Purdue.
Okay.
But Arizona versus Purdue, I like it on paper, size against size. But I think the edge for me is going to be Arizona's point guard. I love a senior point guard.
Yes.
I love a guy that's commanding the offense that has been there a while, knows that offense inside out. If you are directing that
like Mateen
offense,
Cleaves.
Mateen Cleaves, Michigan State, here we go again, man. Or Fears, also a vet. Come on.
He is.
And then maybe that's why I like the Michigan State so much.
I think it is.
But yeah, I got Arizona coming out of this thing. And I agree with you. The top half of this region and the bottom half are uniquely different. Top half looks like, pristine and just, basketball as it should be played. And then the bottom half just looks like a freaking dumpster fire half the time. But sometimes fires are good. Sometimes they're bad. I got a little side break. Let's take a break and a little palate cleanser because I got to tell you about 2 things that I dislike the most, spiders and fire. So Adam, maybe we should have saved this for the South region because Penn is in the South region because this story came out of Pennsylvania. Your freaking home state. I don't know what's wrong with Pennsylvania. Boy. But in the Pocono Mountain Regional Police, apparently, they're looking for a guy. I kid you not, his name is Sean McDermott. Not the Bills head coach.
You sure?
Yes. But his name is Sean McDermott.
He's a little salty. He got fired.
So apparently, this guy was a resident at a townhouse in the Pocono Pines. Sounds beautiful.
Poconos are beautiful.
Yes. But apparently he's suspected of starting a fire that spread to other units. Now, you may ask, well, why did he start the fire? Is he kind of screw loose?
I didn't start the fire.
Okay, easy. But apparently a witness said that McDermott, and he's 36, so he's a grown man.
Yes.
He set multiple small fires in his house to try and kill spiders. He allegedly had a small smoldering fire on his floor, and placed a love seat over it.
Oh my God, what an idiot.
He put it over it, and he said he tried to put out the fires, but then he kept setting more fires.
First you don't succeed.
He's like, what puts out a fire? More fire.
Yeah.
And apparently, after he created more fires, he then just left. He just decided to leave. And when he came back, it was just fully engulfed.
Oh, my God.
And then he just dipped out on a U-Haul, and he's still at large. So Spider Fire guy is still roaming the Poconos, which is a very wooded area. That is one guy I do not want roaming in the woods with a lighter.
Well, I mean, it'd probably be easy to find. Just wait for him to set the next fire.
Listen, I am all for killing any spider you see.
Yes.
But you got to be smart about it.
Dude, my wife, when I met her, I came over to the house one day, and I saw, like, 2, like, Tupperware bowls, just, like, one in the kitchen and one in the living room. And I'm like, what you got going on over here? And she's like, oh, yeah. this is how I kill like the spiders. And she like puts a bowl on top, and then she'll like grab some Lysol.
And you just spray
open it and spray them.
That just has a bad.
And then, but she's just like, but it kills them. But then when you lift the bowl, it smells good because of the Lysol. But that was her go-to move.
What if, like, the spiders can be fast? What if they see the opening and they dip out of the bowl before she gets the spray in?
There's been a couple where, like,
or you hear
it's like when Todd French got out of the Arctic enema. I've never seen my wife move so fast when that, like, spider, or she thinks it got out. I mean, bolts to the other side of the room so fast. And she just starts, like, spraying. Like, thank God there wasn't, like, a lighter or something close by because she might have, like, sprayed it and lit it.
She would have been this Sean McDermott.
She's in that kind of zone when it comes to that.
Really?
Yeah, another quick one with she hates insects in the house. And so I did buy her the salt gun.
Oh, yeah, where you load it up with salt.
Yeah.
It's like an actual gun.
Yeah, it's fun, but the salt does get everywhere.
It does.
But so my parents were visiting, and there's like this little gap between like where the stairs are and the couch, and she saw like a cockroach running around. We get wood roaches where we live. Yeah. Like it's just so wooded there.
And there's a body of water that's kind of close by.
And it's like our mascot, the wood roach.
The wood roach.
But she saw it, and she's just like, oh my God, like I gotta kill this thing. And so she grabbed like the little shovel thing you use with like the fire. Like at the fireplace,
yeah.
And so all you can kind of see, though, is she's like gets down on the ground, and all you kind of see is just this shovel in the top of her head, and she just is like whacking at the thing. But since it's carpet, it's just kind of
flattening.
So she's just like hitting
massage.
Like my parents are like, "What is going on over there?" And then she like gets up and she's like, "I got it." But man, it just was so funny. All you just see is like the shovel, like
it's like a Bugs Bunny cartoon,
kind of. Yeah, just wailing at it.
See,
you could have done either one of those, Sean.
Better,
yes,
better results.
Oh my God!
Or you could just do what Jimbo does. So Jimbo lives in Hawaii, which is also the capital of roaches of all kinds.
Really?
We call them B-52s. They're the flying roaches.
Oh no, thank you.
You got the big ones, you got the small ones, you got them all. Instead of him just insecticides or traps or anything like that. The other thing that's very common out where he lives in the island, kind of a tropical portion of it, is these geckos.
Okay.
So he would just willingly invite geckos into his house to eat the bugs. I remember going to his house one time. I was like, "Oh Jesus, there's a giant green gecko, probably about."
He's like, "That's Toby."
Yeah, he's like, "That guy kills all my roaches," and I was like, "Okay, do you track him?" He's like, "No, he just comes and goes."
What gets the gecko out?
It's like that book that you grew up watching. It's like just getting bigger and bigger animals to get rid of. Okay, they got a cat now, and that cat is ruthless because it's an outdoor cat. It's a rescue. It's a stray. Oof. Dude, like the other thing that's really prominent for Jimbo is rats.
Oh, does the cat like leave the rat?
The dead rat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kills the thing and then plops it down. It's like, I brought this for you.
It's like an offering of like, I love you this much. I got you this.
I can look how big this one is.
It's the last thing Jimbo's wanted.
It's like when a kid goes, I love you this much. Except it's a cat.
Yeah.
So there are multiple different ways. Just don't start fires. I mean, who starts not a confined fire in your house?
Yeah, that makes zero sense. These are the kind of guys that I just want to see, like the snapshot. I want to see like how you grew up. Like what did you do? How did you correlate setting fires in the house, thinking that that's going to work, and you thought that was okay to do multiple times? I gotta believe he had to have been high on something.
He gotta be either high on something, or he's just a pyro, and this was his excuse. He's like, "Well, I have to start a fire.
Of course,
this is the only way to get this done."
Yeah, if that's your first like option, then yes, fire is always on your mind.
All right, well, we put fire to the bottom half of that region right there.
Did.
Poo-pooed on pretty much everybody. Let's get a palate cleanser. Let's go over to Region 3, what we're deeming Region 3, the South. The South shall rise again.
Let's do it.
All right, lead us off there, Kimosabe.
Well, starting off in the South, rising again, Florida, our defending national champions.
All right, they're going to just cruise on through past Lehigh or whoever they're playing.
Prairie View or something. Yeah.
Prairie View A&M?
Yeah, Florida A&M. Yeah, I was like, What's the A&M stand for? Whatever. They're going to lose.
They're going to lose.
Yeah, Florida's going to win. That's an easy one. Iowa, Clemson, you know what? I said how much I didn't like the Big Ten. I don't know. I threw the Big Ten a bone.
Hey,
go Iowa.
Let's go Iowa.
Here we go, baby. 12-5.
Oh. You're not doing another one, are you?
McNeese State, baby.
Oh, my God.
I'm a little worried about this one because Vanderbilt has been kind of hot lately.
Kind of hot.
Very hot.
Yeah.
But McNeese State, you know what, man? They got a guy named Larry Johnson. Yes.
Larry Johnson?
Grandmama. Was that the name?
What?
The old basketball player?
Yeah, Larry Johnson. Yeah,
Grandmama?
You mean the shoe commercials?
Yeah.
Why did he ever agree to that?
I don't know.
What a horrible comp. Why are you dressing up like Big Mama?
It worked for him, though.
I guess.
But once again, they force a lot of turnovers. They're just one of those scrappy teams that kind of gets at you. They shoot it at a pretty decent clip as well. I am a little worried about this game, I'm not going to lie, but I figured what the hell, it's a 12/5. I'd rather just almost pick all 12/5s just so I can say I got the 12/5. It looks like
if you get one, you're like, I called it. Yeah, you called all of them.
Yep, that's how it works about every year with me. I've always gotten a 12/5 every year.
So you're just like, I'll hit one of these. Yes, you should.
I am kind of worried about that one, but you know what? I kind of want to have a little Cinderella story.
There you go.
So the next game, Nebraska-Troy. Troy.
Oh, how dare you?
Easy. I don't know a damn thing about Troy. All I know is
you want to keep that streak alive, huh?
All I know is, first of all, Nebraska. I mean, I called it. You lost by 20 to Purdue. I said about 5 minutes into the game, they're going to lose by 10.
Just get out of the way early. That's fine.
No, they're swooning. They're not a big program. Swooning. They don't know how to play these big games. I look at them, and this is going to be a quasi-compliment.
Ooh, quasi.
Because they could. Look, I like Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah.
They signed him to a big deal. They seem to be investing in the basketball.
Yeah.
It's actually very similar to Indiana football. And Indiana football, 2 years ago, made the playoff, and Jeremiah Love took the very first handoff of the game and went like 95 yards, and that was the end of Indiana's run. But they made the playoff, but they got kind of smoked, but they got the experience. I think Nebraska for this year, same thing. They're going to, look, they might beat Troy. They probably won't, though. But let's go Troy.
Okay, fine.
Enough said.
What's Troy's mascot, since you're such a huge Troy fan?
The Beavers?
The Troy Beavers, yes. Well, yeah, I'm not even going to correct you. Let's just call them the Troy Beavers.
Troy Beavers.
Come on, they're freaking Trojans, man.
Oh, I was actually going to say that. I was like, that seems too easy.
No, sometimes the easiest answer is the right answer.
Oh, well. VCU, North Carolina. Poor North Carolina. They just lost. I mean, they lost Caleb Wilson for the season.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, they wouldn't be a 6 seed if they had him. And VCU just won their tournament.
Yep.
They kind of had pressure because a lot of people were saying that if VCU didn't win, they might not have made the tournament. So they held true, beat a good, I think, St. Louis team in the final. No, it wasn't St. Louis, another team. But anyway, but I got VCU, man. They're actually a really good team, and North Carolina's kind of swooning.
Yep.
Illinois, Penn. The Ivy League has done so well recently.
Yeah, in the tournament, yeah.
They have. But Illinois, this stat has gotten me, and so I can't go against it, even if it's a Big Ten team. Because Illinois is my Michigan State for you.
Okay.
I have picked them in the Final Four like at least 3 times, and it's every year they don't ever make it.
They keep breaking your heart.
Breaking my heart. But I saw a stat. I guess they're number 1 in like offensive efficiency, and in the last 20 or 25 years, the team that's been number 1 in offensive efficiency has made it to at least the Elite 8.
Yep. Ken Palm, they're number one in their offense.
So I'm going to ride that stat at least for this round with Illinois. But I wouldn't be surprised if Penn gives them a battle. Texas A&M and
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's.
Yeah.
I actually like St. Mary's. They've really been knocking on the door with Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference, and they actually have some ballers. And I think they're going to take it to that SEC team, even though Texas A&M is ranked, lower. But it's SEC. But yeah, I got St. Mary's. I like them. I like the Gales.
Good old Gales.
And Houston, Idaho. There's just no way I can't pick Houston.
You going to go with the Spuds? Idaho Spuds?
Idaho Spuds.
That's not their name.
If it was maybe against Idaho or against Nebraska, corn or potato.
Wow. Jeez. Ooh, yeah, that's a
tough one.
My goodness.
Oof. That's a hearty meal.
They go so great together.
They do. They could get I was gonna say Nebraska's best player and Idaho's best players, and maybe they'd have a solid team, but it might just be Nebraska's players.
Yeah, probably just. All right, so you got your first round set up. All right, who you got making it to the Sweet 16, my friend?
I got Florida over Iowa.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of, Florida is not the Florida of last year, but it's Iowa, a bad Big Ten team. I mean, they lost to Nebraska. Enough said.
How dare you?
I've got McNeese State versus Troy.
12-13.
So let's go McNeese.
A coin toss. You've cornered. You put yourself in a corner. You don't know how to dig yourself out.
I know.
Hello, McNeese. Let's go with that.
Sure, why not?
Just because I like saying McNeese.
Oh my God, it's probably going to be Vanderbilt, but whatever.
You needed that 12-5, man. You got to have that 12-5.
I had to. Illinois VCU. Look, if it wasn't for that stat, and I'm just following the stat because I really do think VCU could give Illinois some trouble. But I think it might be a close game, but I think Illinois does make it through.
Okay. Fighting Illini, which is just a terrible name.
It is. But they seem to embrace it.
Yep.
And Houston...
Embrace the suck.
I know. Houston versus St. Mary's. Look, Houston... I think Kelvin Sampson's he might be he's definitely the best defensive coach in the country, but he really might be one of the best coaches because up until these last 2 years, he has taken some awful players on the offensive side of the ball to like Elite Eights before, like awful on offense. He now has some players.
Yes, he does.
Some scorers. Mm-hmm. And you saw that last year, making it to the final and almost winning it all. They literally had 2 offensive players, 2 guards, and almost won a national title. They've got 2 good guards again now. So I'm going to have to pick Houston. That's a good team, a dangerous team.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got 1, 2, and 3, and a 12. Let's go, McNeese.
Just because you just had to pivot off me. All right. Well, you guys heard the insanity. You heard it here first. So far in 3 regions, he's got 3 out of 3 12s over 5s. So
No. I picked St. John's. Don't get that one twisted on me. Now.
Oh, my apologies. You wanted to take Northern Iowa.
I did.
All right. Okay, so here's the real bracket. Florida beating whoever. Too many abbreviations. PVAMLEH. Okay, it doesn't matter. You guys can combine all the letters you want in the world. Just because your name's longer doesn't mean you're going to win. Florida's winning that. Even if whoever wins gets the momentum of that first 4, whatever. So Florida is just going to mollywop those guys. Clemson, Iowa, again, 8-9. I feel like all these 8-9s, it's a coin flip.
It is.
But while you hate on Big Ten, I'm going to give them a little respect. I got Iowa. I know you got Iowa too, but I'm not poo-pooing on them like you are. I'm not swooning on the 12-5. I got no 12-5 upsets so far, but I am taking Vandy over McNeese. I mean, they beat some tough teams in that SEC tournament.
I know, they did. That's going to come back to bite me in the
It might not, because I mean, that's the great thing about this bracket, man, is that anybody can beat anybody any day of the week. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about a Vandy that beat Florida. That I think they beat. Who else did they beat? They beat Tennessee, who was ranked 25th at the time. And that there again, I always talk about, are they trending in the right direction as they're going to the tournament? They lost to an Arkansas team that was just firing on all cylinders. I know
they did,
but they were winning. Like that was a back and forth for the longest time of that game. That SEC championship game. So I got Vandy winning that game. Of course, I have Nebraska beating Troy. First win in bracket history, the last of the Power 5 teams to finally get that first dub. The first one's the hardest, Semco.
That's why I'm so rooting for Troy, just to keep that streak going.
Nebraska's going to get that first dub, and it's going to just taste like the sweetest piece of pie you've ever tasted in your life.
Better late than never, Jesus.
So Nebraska, Troy, thank you for being the sacrificial lamb so that Nebraska can kind of get over that hurdle, okay? So congratulations, Nebraska. I'm going to jinx them all, get out, continually congratulate them, but I don't care.
I hope it's at least a huge sweat for you.
Oh, it'll be. I don't care if they're up by 20. I'm still going to be sweating.
That's
I'm like,
true.
oh, my God, just keep scoring. Yeah, I mean, I'm almost too nervous to pick this one because I feel like this is the upset that everybody's picking.
It is
VCU over UNC. I mean, and I can see this playing out very much like we see a lot of these teams play out. Your best player goes down, so everybody else steps up. So I could see UNC. That's a blue blood team. You can't tell me they're not getting recruits. You can't tell me that not everybody else on that team isn't talented. But to that same point, I still got VCU beating UNC. Okay. I think that it's hard when you've got a player like Caleb Wilson who you've been relying on the entire year. You got to immediately find somebody to pick up that slack. It's easier said than done. So VCU, they're a very cohesive team. A lot of seniors on the team, so I got VCU beating UNC. And again, I'm just worried because everybody has that. And I can see that just flipping and everybody just getting punched in the face and just destroying all the perfect brackets on day one.
I know.
Illinois Penn. I'm like you, man. I like Illinois a lot.
Okay.
I like a lot what I see there. They've got some really good performances. Even though they're about 50-50 beating top 25 teams, they've got some talent on their team, man. So I like Illinois coasting past Penn. I know that the Ivies, they always put up a fight in the brackets, but I just see Illinois being too much for them. St. Mary's, Texas A&M. This is a coin flip, but St. Mary's, let's go Gales.
Okay.
I'll take St. Mary's there as well. And then Houston, for a lot of the same reason you said, Kellen Sampson's an incredible coach. They've got some upperclassmen that are coming back that are playing pretty fantastic and supplemental basketball. So and again, incredible defense. He knows how to coach some defense. So I got Houston just coast past Idaho there. Next up, we got Florida versus Iowa. That's Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, the defending champs. I don't think that we're going to see them, miss out on the Elite Eight. I just don't see that happening. Next one's the big one. Vandy versus Nebraska.
Because you've been talking up how much you like Vandy.
I do.
They're hot.
I do.
Your boys are not hot.
No, they're not.
What are you gonna pick?
Let's go Nebraska.
Yes, I love it.
I got you. You say they were playing well. They were struggling near the tail end, but I believe in Hoiberg turning them around. I believe that the punch in the mouth they got from Purdue was a wake-up call. Okay. They're like, let's get that out of the way, and let's start fresh. That Troy win's going to be a launching pad for them to beat a Vandy team. While they had some good wins in that SEC tournament, everybody agreed that they were playing over their skis. They were not supposed to beat the teams that they beat, but they did.
They did.
Great for them, but I think that was their highlight reel. Like they peaked too early, and then they lost to Arkansas, and I think that they're just kind of like wobbling right now. So Nebraska making it again.
I really, really hope
to the Sweet.
I actually hope that Nebraska does beat Troy, but they play McNeese. And if McNeese can somehow win, I feel like that'll be better than me winning the bet.
Okay, well, I don't know about that, but yeah. But I got Nebraska making it to the Elite Eight. Good on you. Or no, I'm sorry, the Sweet 16. Nebraska.
Did you foreshadow a little bit?
Maybe. We'll see. I got Nebraska beating Vandy. So let's go Cornhuskers. Illinois VCU. I want to go local, want to go VCU, but again, I just like Illinois too much. So I just think that they're going to take care of business at VCU. Good on you, 11 seed, making it through to the second round. But Illinois is making it to the Sweet 16 there. And then St. Mary's Houston. Again, I think that Houston's just too big and they're too strong and they're too defensively sound. So I got Houston scooting past St. Mary's. So much like the last one, I got a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. I don't
like chalk, but you know what? It worked out for me in the NFL playoffs.
It did. I mean, I got it. I got 1, 2, and 3. So I'm with you on that one.
Except for what else you got?
McNeese.
12.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 12. Okay, just want to make sure.
So Florida, in my bracket at least, is going to kind of have it on easy street and take down a McNeese team.
Well, yes. I think that's pretty locked and loaded if that actually happens.
I honestly am worried. I'm going to be so mad if Vanderbilt goes on because I actually could kind of see Vanderbilt beating Florida here.
It's funny you say that because you're always the type that says it's really hard to beat a team twice.
It is.
And Vandy just beat Florida.
They did.
In the SEC playoffs.
They playing well, though. Florida has not. Maybe it's because of last year and how good that team was. It's just one of those where, is college basketball then down? Because I don't think this Florida team is anything like that team last year. And so I think they're by far the weakest number one in here. And so I can see them being on upset to a lot of different teams. It might help. Yeah, that probably would hurt Vandy that they just did play them. It actually could favor Nebraska, honestly.
Yeah, there you go.
I think Florida is kind of ripe to be taken. They have lost some games kind of bad. I think when they lost games last year, they were at least close. That's kind of why I'm just not super high on Florida. This next game is one of the toughest ones, though.
Yeah.
Illinois and Houston. I really, really do like Illinois. But this is just one of those, defense wins championships. And Houston's got some firepower now. I got to take Houston. Houston scares the bejesus out of me. Because it's just that... Illinois' got all these scores... But can't you just see Houston? And +2, one thing, it's kind of like the NBA playoffs, though. The refs swallow the whistle even more, and Houston just gets even more in your grill.
Yeah.
And it just makes it that much difficult. I really do want to pick kind of Illinois. They have burned me before, and that's probably really why I'm not, honestly. I'll sit here and say it's, defense wins championships, but Illinois, you have burned me way too many times. Elite Eight is as far as I'm going to have you going. So I got Houston. And Florida versus Houston, rematch of the national championship last year, which is I think why they're put in this bracket.
Probably.
I think Houston rolls, man. I think it might actually be a tougher game playing Illinois than it will be Florida. But that's just I'm down on Florida.
I hate to agree with you, so I won't. No, actually, I think we're right there.
Okay.
Nebraska's Cinderella season comes to an end going up against Florida. As much of a homer I am, I'm not going to over-exaggerate. Let's give Nebraska their due. I know you can't wait to. Nebraska ranked 7th in defense in the entire country right now. Hoiberg's done an incredible job in his 7th season. He's got a little bit of that Nepo baby in there with his son playing for Nebraska as well. So a lot to like, and I think it's just a lot to build on. But I just don't think they have enough offensive firepower. And when things go bad with Nebraska, which you saw against Purdue, they go bad fast. And Florida runs, so I can see this game getting bad fast.
Can I just say one thing about the whole Nepo baby thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if people kind of really realize that the father is going to be harder on the son. And so I think for the son to make that team and be a player, he's almost got to prove himself extra to be out there. So I think he almost more than deserves to be out there and playing. I don't think it's just, I want to play with my son because the coach's job is on the line. But also, you also don't want the other players thinking that you just put your son in the game. I'm thinking back to all the other times I've seen those father son. It's okay, well, Doug McDermott was on Creighton. A couple guys in soccer, I won't get into it, but their sons play, and they're the best guys on the team. I don't know what father son where Austin Rivers played with Doc, but Austin did not play very much. He played the right amount. So I'm kind of I think actually to do that, they actually really do prove themselves.
Yeah, but it's just, is it because they're familiar with the coach and that coaching scheme? That's not so much father-son, but just familiarity with how that coach likes to coach.
Yeah.
That gives them kind of a leg up because, again, would a Steve Hoiberg, would he be starting in any other Power 5 conference? I don't know.
Oh, probably. They're a top 15 team in the country.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you just put him in there and you're being that good because he doesn't deserve to be in there. I think, he could, maybe he wouldn't play in a certain systems, But that's Fred Hoiberg's system. That's how he grew up. He's great in it, and maybe not fit in other ones. But I think you have to sit there and he's almost, like I said, he's got to almost do more to earn that playing time than any other player on that team.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. But yeah, I got, Nebraska to beat Florida, they would have to play the defense they played, and then pretty much a perfect offensive game.
Yeah.
Which I don't see happening because as good as Nebraska's defense is, Florida's is better. You got strength against strength again and strength against weakness because I think as much as I want to brag about Nebraska being like a top 10 defensive team, they're also like outside of the top 50 on offense.
Yes.
So, yeah, very one-sided as far as their
I didn't mean to mention that against Troy. Yeah, their offense is not great.
Not great. So I got Florida moving on there. And then, much like you, this might be one of the hardest ones for me to decide because I flipped a coin on this with Illinois and Houston quite considerably. Illinois, again, you see it's a running theme right here. Houston's got size and strength down low. So does Illinois. They got Twin Towers. Maybe I shouldn't say that. It's been far enough since 9/11. I can say Twin Towers, can't I?
Oh, I was just thinking of Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Okay, we'll go with that then. So, whoopsies. But they got the Twins, 7-1, Tomislav Isevic and Zvonimir Ivicic.
Well done.
No, probably not. 7-1 and 7-2. They got some big guys down there in Illinois, and they're scoring, but I think that it's going to be offense versus defense, and I'm always going to lead towards a better defensive team there. It'll be a slight edge. I think this will be an incredibly competitive game, but I still got Houston. And again, to your point, Kelvin Sampson's coaching ability to kind of put him above, so I got Houston beating Illinois as well. And so I got Florida versus Houston. Again, you kind of, we're seeing a rematch from the national championship. Florida's bringing back a few people from their championship-winning team. Houston's bringing a few people back. I think 3 starters from their team they brought back last year.
Yep.
But the difference for me in this game is going to be this blue chip first rounder. Yes, Kingston Flemings. I think that, again, being that talented at the point, it makes all the difference in the world. So I know that Florida's got some experience at the point, and I always kind of lean towards the experience, but Houston's got experience on their team, and they've got an uber talent at the point, so I'm taking Houston over Florida there. But, Florida might fall, and they might, get swallowed up, or they might drown to Houston. But apparently that's a running theme. Can I get a funny story in here? We've been so heavy with Nebraska losing.
Yeah.
I want to kind of lighten it up.
Of course. Pick whatever you want.
Well, we were talking about Florida, and, we got to put a Florida story in here. I mean, DW and Darkness are some of our most avid listeners here. So did you hear about the story about how a Florida man tried to get out a ticket by saying that he was kidnapped by dolphins? You hear about this one?
No.
So the Lee County Sheriff's Office is speaking out against, apparently it was started as a rumor, but it was made out of fact, that a Florida man told police that he was kidnapped by dolphins who forced him to build their underwater city. Dolphlantis. We'll call it Dolphlantis.
With a story like that, I hope he got out of the ticket.
Yeah, so apparently, again, and I don't know if this is, it says it's a fake news story, but from various accounts stating that deputies in Lee County had discovered a man lying on the beach, soaked, dehydrated, and drawing blueprints in the sand.
Wow.
Unnamed man supposedly told authorities that he had been dragged underwater by a pod of dolphins who took him to an unknown location about 40 feet below the surface to their lair, which included cities, towns, and condo-like buildings. And then after 3 days of allegedly... Okay, there's so many punch holes in this. Is he holding his breath for 3 days? 3 days of allegedly helping these dolphins. They returned to the surface, but warned that they would be back again.
Of course. That's the same with like alien abduction. You've been warned. I can't. This story is just what
peak Florida, man.
What do they put in the drugs that get into Florida, man? I mean, these people are nuts. Drawing the blueprints in the sand.
Does this guy? I want to know more about this guy. Does he have background in construction? Did the Dolphins know? Did they get the right guy, or does this guy work?
They are really smart.
Does this guy work for Burger King? They're like, build us a city. He's like, I can make a Whopper. That's about it.
You want a condo with how many stories? Dude, I can make a burger with like 5 patties.
Yeah, 5 patties. 5 patties big. Patties, is that a different size? Like the dolphins are talking. Like, I don't know where to start with the lunacy of this story. Only in Florida could something like this happen. But would you trust yourself to build a city for dolphins there, Semco?
No. I'm going to have my dad, my parents are coming up in like April, and I'm going to have him help me build like a little closet space for like to hang our clothes and put our shoes in.
You can't build a whole underwater city.
No, of course not.
Absolutely not.
I try to take on like just changing out like a light fixture in the house, and that's like a 3-hour job for me.
What building materials are you using? You can't use sand. Coral?
I'm going to use coral. Isn't all the coral like gone up in like the whiteout?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like coral free?
Coral free? You say it like it's a good thing. It's a bad thing.
It's a very bad thing.
It's bleached coral.
Bleached, there it is.
Maybe that's like the style. It's like, it's like, can I get bleached coral for my
Well, that's the modern
foyer?
look. Yeah.
Yeah. Dolphins are ahead of the game.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool. All the white.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's where I start. Yeah, you're right.
You start with the coral. Bleached coral, yeah. Do they need doors? They don't have hands. All open.
They're smart, though. They'll use their nose.
Okay.
They could do it, probably.
All right.
Have a master bedroom.
It sounds like you're ready. It sounds like you need to take a trip down to Lee County, Florida, and just wade in the water and just wait for them to scoop you up. How are they going to pay you? What are they going to? Or are they just kidnapping you and making you do it?
Oh, I'm there. I'm there for the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me room and board and some food.
Yeah. It's not Will Billy. Will Billy's always like, why would I do something? It's for the experience. It's for the experience. I ever tell you this is not a dolphin story, but okay. We were working at a restaurant when we were in college. We'd go back in the summer, and as guys were in this, we worked with a lot of young people and very attractive women, and like stories started to come out, and I would ask, it's like, if you could, let's say, date any but one of these people, who would you date? And I was like, I picked up who I thought was the most beautiful girl. I was like, that's a Tracy Fitzgerald. Okay. Shout out Tracy. That's her real name. So I just shouted her out. I don't know what she's up to right now.
I thought it was me, Tracy Finnegan.
No, Finnegan. No, it was Felicity Finnegan. Oh, that Finnegan. How's she doing?
Cancer.
Oh, what? When did that happen? Right. Oh, so close to the weekend. Okay, we're getting out on a tangent. No, but Will Willie chose our GM of the restaurant.
Oh.
And I was like, why? I was like, she was an attractive woman. I was like, why? He was like, hey, just for the story.
Okay,
just for the experience.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I was like, he knew. He was like, this isn't going to be, the woman that I marry. It's just for the experience.
I like that, though.
Date the boss.
Yeah. I mean, that would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
You know what else is interesting? Us finishing this because we are getting close to the end.
Yeah, we are.
And we're getting out of time here, man. So
let's go. Just as long as I thought we would.
Perfect. Region 4. We're here in the March Madness. Let's have you start out with them Wolverines.
For that fact alone, I have to pick them to win. Michigan. Well, it is UMBC, though.
Yeah, it's the Giant Killers.
I mean, and if they win that first-round game, they might have some momentum. But no, it's...
but no.
No, I'm sorry.
Lightning doesn't strike twice.
Yeah, and that was a... Look, once again, the two teams that Purdue and Virginia that lost as the 1 seed, they were such a heavily defensive team. They were prime of 1 seeds to be taken down. Michigan has way too much firepower.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, St. Louis, I don't know. I like the Billikens over the Bulldogs.
The Billikens.
So St. Louis is a cooler mascot.
Felicity Billikens.
Billikens. Oh, fat blah. So yes, I got St. Louis. Here we go. Final 5-12 matchup. Look, Texas Tech. They lost their best player midway through the season. Did. And look, Akron takes a boatload of threes. And they're top 15 in the country in three-point percentage. So they hit them.
They do.
Let's go Zips.
All right, Zips.
Do you know who probably the most famous athlete? He plays football. Went to Akron.
I should know this. It's escaping me. Who is it?
He actually did play for the Commanders, the twilight of his career.
Okay.
Started his career with... I don't know if it's technically Dwight's team anymore, but the team he's rooted for his whole life.
The Fiends?
Yeah.
Jason Taylor?
Yep.
Hey.
Nice.
All right.
But yes, he was an Akron Zip.
Okay, there you go. Didn't know that. I learned something today.
I'm not going to lie. The next game, Alabama Hofstra. I think I am going to have Alabama play, but I don't know if you heard about.
I heard. Go ahead, tell the people that don't pay attention.
Well, yeah, I guess their second best player got pulled over for having a pound of weed and a bunch of drug paraphernalia in his car.
Yeah, that's not just for you.
Yeah, no, not at all. So he's probably not playing.
No, he's already been kicked off of campus.
Yes. So that's not good news for you, Alabama.
Not great, but you still got them beating Hofstra.
I actually do. I actually was looking at this game, and I really there wasn't much to like about Hofstra, honestly. So I think I'm still going to stick to it. I think Alabama gets through that game.
Okay.
So Tennessee versus Miami of Ohio or SMU. The winner of that. I think one of these teams that gets momentum, I think is going to win. So I'm just going to take either one.
It's okay. You cop out. You're like, I'll take 2 against the 1.
I will.
So I got to put MOH and SMU in here. God,
yes.
You're killing me, man.
I'm curious to see how. I would kind of like to see Miami of Ohio go on a little bit of a run.
I had a feeling you would.
Because there is. Look, I know they didn't play anybody. That's not their fault because they tried to schedule. But you don't see. Not every conference, even if they're a poor conference, you don't see a team go undefeated in their conference. Like, it's not like every year you have 5 of these mid-major schools go undefeated in their conference. It still doesn't happen that often. They obviously do something right, and it's.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to look when you, especially towards the end of the season, when you're like teams just start playing you 10 times harder than they would because they want to stop you, and you held them off pretty long. So I think it actually is a good team. I don't know how good, but I am actually kind of rooting for them. But I also think SMU's not a bad team, but I'm not a big fan of Tennessee either. They actually burned me 2 years ago. I had them winning the title, and it still sticks with me. So screw you, Tennessee. Beautiful state, one of my favorite national parks.
Beautiful.
They can't spell Worth S, though, because they don't spell the Smoky part in Smoky Mountain correctly, but that's okay.
Rocky Top. Let's go, Rocky Top.
I hate that, too. So yeah, I think Miami, Ohio is going to win, though. That's going to be my pick.
Okay. I'll give you both, though. I'll give you both.
Thank you. Virginia, Wright State. You know what? This was the only, I think, 14/3 that I was actually fairly confident with. I didn't like anything about Wright State. So go UVA. And they played well in the SEC, or the ACC tournament. Barely lost to Duke.
Seabear's not going to like this. You got Uva going ahead.
I do. I'm sorry. Sorry, Seabear. But I don't want to eat those flaming hot cheese puffs, which is why this McNeese Vanderbilt is still killing me. Kentucky Santa Clara. Look, man, Kentucky, you are let down city. I don't care who the coach is. I don't know a lick about you, Santa Clara, but I have no faith in Kentucky. So Santa Clara, baby.
All right.
And I'm going to get ahead of myself a little bit. I was going to have Iowa State beating Santa Clara or Kentucky probably pretty handedly. I love Iowa State.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got probably the best point guard in the country, and Tamin Lipsey. But they got 2 other guards that are really good as well. So I like them as a team. And look, I mean, they barely lost in the semifinals of the Big 12. And I've proven already how much I like Houston and Arizona. So yeah, go Iowa State.
Cyclones.
The Cyclones.
All right. So back to the top. You got Michigan versus Saint Louis.
I got Michigan again. I'm not a big fan of. I rarely have ever picked an 8-9 beating a 1 seed too.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't. So when it does, it hasn't happened in a while. I don't think either.
You usually see when like an 8 shouldn't be an 8. You're like, well, how did they fall all the way to 8?
And so yeah, I just think Michigan's got too much firepower. Akron and Alabama. Look, after Alabama losing their second best player, I had Alabama, but I'm going to pick Akron because this literally happened at like 7:30 at night. So
it's fresh on your brain.
Yeah, but it's also like I would have had Alabama winning, but come on, man, you're going to lose your second best player. Like the Zips are for real. So I have 2 12 seeds in my Sweet 16.
Yes, you do. McNeese and Akron.
Yup. I've got UVA beating, let's say, Miami of Ohio. And I already said I have Iowa State beating Virginia.
So you have Iowa State beating Santa Clara.
Stop that's
jumping ahead.
So I've got the 1, 2, 3, and 12 seed again.
There you go. 1, 2, 3, and 12. All right. Let's just dive right in. Yeah, Michigan. I don't really need to go any further than that. Like I said, I knew somebody that went to University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And that's all I got.
Okay.
That and the upset that they had. But again, that's your one. You're not going to get that again. So
how great would it be if
I would even if it destroyed my bracket, I'd be perfectly fine Michigan getting bounced by 16.
You would have to reach out to Kurt for a wellness check.
Yeah.
If Michigan lost.
I've already lost my opportunity. It'd have to be you.
I would. Okay. Well, I would reach out to him.
Hey, buddy.
I'm sorry. Remember that time
a voice text.
We watched Appalachian State in Michigan?
It happened again.
Which one feels worse?
Wow, so you're pushing that envelope so you never really see him again. But no, I got Michigan cruising past that 16 seed. Same thing with you. It's like I've heard nothing but people crapping on Georgia. Maybe that's just in my head. So I got St. Louis beating them. I too have Akron. This is my 12, all right? Okay. This is the right 12. You've been doing all 12s. I'm picking the right 12. 12 over 5. I agree with you on a lot of points with Akron. Number one of their conference. They've got a lot of really proficient shooting from behind the arc. And they won 17-1 in their conference. They only played one top 25 team, so there's a really small, sample size to kind of look up there. But I still like a lot what I see there, and I just don't like much of anything from Texas Tech. So that makes Akron just my default. I'm picking them 12 over 5. I gotta have one.
There you go.
Gotta have one 12 over 5, and that's the one.
That's the best one to take, I think.
It is, yeah. Bama and Hofstra, same thing. I saw the same thing you did. Aiden Holloway. I mean, just. What are you doing, kid? And I'll talk about it on the next round since we're going to take a pause there. But I got Bama beating Hofstra. Still, I mean, there's just too much talent there. Alabama is not defined by one guy, but that has to affect your team when you see some guy getting taken away in cuffs.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Or they're like, it's about time he got caught. God. Or they're probably like, now where am I going to get my stuff from?
Yeah, he was our dealer for the whole team. Yeah. That's why he had a pound of it. Tennessee and then Miami. I'm a complete opposite on this one. It's like Miami of Ohio. I poo-poo on them all the time. I don't even think they're going to beat SMU. I mean, when you lose, when everybody's hyping you up, it tells me you can't handle the pressure. And that's what the brackets are. It is pressure.
It is.
I don't care if you're undefeated. If you lose to UMass, a 16-loss UMass team.
Look, they were grinding with that perfect. It might have been, just like you said, Nebraska getting it out of the way. Miami of Ohio, they needed that loss. Because finally, they don't have to worry about the perfect season anymore. They can just go back to playing Miami Hawks basketball.
All right, that's adorable. I have them losing to SMU, and then I have SMU losing to Tennessee. So I got the Vols moving forward on this one. This is a trend, and I'm realizing this after we see our completed bracket. Why? You don't have this because you have North Dakota State being Michigan State, but it's for me the way that my bracket matches out. It looks like the 3 seed has the easiest path to the Elite 8 I have ever freaking seen. Because I got UVA beaten Wright State handily. Again, they're a very defensive-minded team. To your point, if that's all you can do, you're susceptible for an upset, which is part of the reason I'm nervous about Nebraska. But I'm not going to let that destroy my bracket. But I got UVA beating Wright State. But, I mean, Jesus, just an easy path. Yeah. And you see where I'm going with this. Santa Clara, it kind of reminds me of the VCU upset. Everybody's picking Santa Clara over Kentucky. I am too.
Oh, I thought you were going to just do Kentucky.
Bob whenever else is weaving, but I still, I've heard a lot of good things about, or I've read. I haven't heard anything, but I've read a lot of good things about Santa Clara, and then Kentucky hasn't really shown me anything against any sort of strong competitor.
No.
So I mean, they were 5-9. I know they played 14 quad 1 teams, but they were 5-9 against them. That's not a good record.
I can't believe that. Seriously, You shouldn't be in the tournament if like those are the kind of records that you have, though.
Yeah.
You've had so many times to prove yourself to be a good team.
I mean, they're 21-13 on the year, and you're Miami of Ohio with 31-1, and they just eked in the Final Four.
I know.
But I got Santa Clara beating Kentucky. They're too up and down. Iowa State, I'm with you. I think that's a really strong team. So I got Iowa State just cruising past Tennessee State. We can't have two Tennessees going in to the second round. So only one Tennessee team.
Oh, but didn't you want to see Tennessee versus Tennessee State?
I mean, no. Like you, I don't have this affinity for Tennessee like you do. My goodness, I'm learning something new. And Semko's horny for Tennessee.
Oh, have you been out there?
Okay, easy there. Keep it under the table there, guy.
All right.
Nobody wants to see that. Oh, you got to clean that up before we start recording ourselves. All right, next round, Michigan, St. Louis. I got Michigan going. Even though they lost to Purdue in that Big Ten championship game, again, they're just a very physical team, and I think they're just gonna knock around a smaller team like St. Louis. Then again, this is the upside. I think that you and I are both saying, I think that the Holloway thing will affect them, but I also don't want to disrespect Akron. I think they're a good team. So I got Akron beating Bama, and that's the 12 seed. That's your Cinderella.
Nice.
That's your Cinderella going into the Sweet 16. It's Akron Zippies.
The Zips.
So I got Akron beating Bama there. Partly because I like what they can do, and again, you see a team like this, I feel like every year that just shoots lights out from behind the arc. And then it's just it makes the other team panic.
Yep.
And they start taking threes, try and play keep up, but they aren't as proficient alongside it. And I was looking in my bracket for that team because I feel like it's always at least one team that's just they're in rhythm and they're just shooting those threes in rhythm. I just see Akron being that team this year.
There is another team that's like that, North Dakota State.
Easy there. Michigan State's going to shut them down.
Okay.
Tennessee, UVA. Again, UVA is going to win this game, and I'm just like, how are they going to make it to this freaking Sweet 16? It's like, this is not a great UVA team, but the threes, and you'll see it, they just have the easiest path.
They kind of do, don't they?
Like Illinois, in my bracket, they got to play Penn and then VCU, two double-digit seeds.
Yeah.
UVA, I mean, Tennessee's a crappy 6, but in your bracket, you got them playing a 14 and 11.
I do.
The 3 in the other one, Gonzaga, 14, and then a very soft BYU team outside of AJ. And then, again, I don't know what you're smoking. You got North Dakota State. But Michigan State, I got them playing a 14 and 11 there. Like, 3's just cruising. But we'll see. Maybe they all don't make it past the first round. Maybe I'm an idiot.
I am quasi-worried, I will say, about the Texas-NC State. Because NC State's done this before, I think, where they were a first 4 team and did make like a run. I am kind of worried about one of those two teams.
Yeah, getting past BYU and then getting past the Zags.
Because once again, it's just one guy on BYU.
Yeah.
And then it's Gonzaga, which might not have their best player.
Yeah, you're talking me out of BYU really fast, man.
I kind of am trying to talk myself out of it a little bit,
yeah,
too.
But we'll, for the cast, we're going to stick with this.
Yeah.
All right. And then where am I at?
Santa Clara,
Iowa
State.
I got Iowa State beating Santa Clara.
Yeah.
Santa Clara has their big win against Kentucky, and then they get punched in the face by Iowa State. All right, man. You got your 4 left in the Midwest region, man. Where are you going?
So I think Michigan. I know I've dogged the Big Ten all year, or every one of these brackets. I think Michigan is the only team that does not play like a Big Ten team.
Okay.
So I have them beating Akron.
Wow, shocker! You got to beat a 12 seed.
I maybe should have said that for the next one.
Yeah, maybe table that.
That's okay. But yeah, I think Michigan. I think Michigan would roll through Alabama. Any of those teams. I think Michigan's a really good team. UVA, Iowa State. I kind of what you had said. It's like these 3 seeds. Like I said, I told you the 14 over the 3. I thought were sometimes maybe closer matchups than the 12-5 at times. And once again, like Virginia just kind of luck boxes their way to the Sweet 16, but then I think just gets pwned by Iowa State. This next game, Michigan, Iowa State. Mm-hmm. That and the Illinois-Houston is probably the 2 that we've at least gotten to now, the 2 games I so want to see and are so hard to predict.
Yeah.
And I would love to watch. I wouldn't be mad at whoever wins that game. I like both teams. I don't like Michigan, but I think the team is good, and I do like Iowa State and Penn State. We did just get Iowa State's head coach for football and their quarterback, but I think Michigan gets through Iowa State. But I'm worried about that one. But I'm going to go with Michigan just because I think they've got a lot of size. They got a lot of guys that can take a lot of shots. I know their 6-man backup point guards out for the year, but they've had such a long time to kind of figure that out. So I've got Michigan. I do have a Big Ten team in the Final Four, and I honestly didn't really want to pick Iowa State because I couldn't imagine 3 teams from the Big 12 in there.
You just couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Won't do it.
Won't do it. Not going to do it. All right. Well, I'm with you on the first half. Michigan over Akron. Good Cinderella story, Akron, but the buck stops there. Michigan's team is just too sound, kind of to your point. And again, losing to Purdue, I think that just pissed them off. So I don't think they're going to be looking past anybody.
That's true.
You could make the argument that they go up against an Akron team and they see Iowa State waiting. They might consider looking past them, and then maybe Akron surprise them. But I don't know. Again, losing to Purdue, we've talked about it in this past. There are times where I feel like a team that's, everybody's just like, fawning over, like, oh, you're the best, and then they get punched in the mouth and they lose maybe a championship game in their conference. That's the motivation they needed to really kind of get to the next level.
A lot of people think that when Maryland won the national title, they lost to Duke in the ACC tournament because Maryland had lost to Duke and then won like 19 straight games going into the ACC tournament. And a lot of people will say that when they lost again to Duke, it really put them like back down to reality and showed that they were beatable and went into the tournament with a different mindset. So I think you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I got Michigan kind of cruising past Akron. I got the same thing. I disrespect UVA. They only got here because they didn't have to play anybody to get to where they were. So Wahoos go home, and Iowa State's going to move on and face Michigan. And then we're simpatico on this, man. It's like the Illinois-Houston game and the Iowa State-Michigan game. These are coin flips for me. I could see both of these teams winning these matchups, but my hatred for Michigan is taking
there
over.
It is.
And I am going to take the Cyclones. I think that, these are two incredibly, 3 and 4 on the KenPom as far as best defensive teams in the country.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a hard-fought game. It could be a 65-62 game.
I love those March Madness type games, though.
Dork. They've got a lot of returning contributors. Iowa State does. They can shoot behind the arc, and they got some blue chips that are freshmen as well. And again, they had to play against a good Arizona team in the what are they, the Big 12?
Yeah,
the Big 12 championship. Iowa State was Big 12, Arizona, Pac, whatever.
I know.
That's so confusing. But, so I think they're used to having to play a very talented team, and they're not going to be scared by a Michigan team after playing a freaking Arizona team. And
Agreed.
they played them hard.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Iowa State wins this game. I think Iowa State over Michigan. And while I do have a Big Ten team in mind in Michigan State, it's just not the same one you do.
No, it's not.
So Iowa State. So we got our Final Four in here. But the Midwest, an interesting bracket to say the least. Midwest is known for loving interesting foods and interesting thoughts. Let's take a break before we do our Final Four. Do we have time for a break?
Let's make it short.
All right. Well, while you guys are enjoying all those delicious foods during all of this crazy madness, why not try some new dipping sauces with a Power Rangers kick? Yeah! Because apparently KFC is having a collab with, I guess it's is it China or Singapore? Singapore.
It's
where
usually always
they're
China.
KFC is introducing a team of Power Ranger-styled heroes to promote its dipping sauces, and they're called the Sauce Rangers.
I think that's genius.
They've got the white curry Cy Young sauce.
Okay.
They got the secret thrill sauce.
Ooh.
They got the the KFC cheese onion sauce, and then the Mala Mania sauce. They've got commercials where they've got these things in Power Rangers suits and everything. And hey, it makes me want to go to Singapore and get me some of these dipping sauce. The red secret grill sauce sounds a little dirty, so I'm kind of down with it.
Is that like the pink Power Ranger too?
No, that's red.
Okay.
I love that you also automatically went to the one that you found most attractive as a kid. You were definitely a pink Power Ranger guy, weren't you?
Who wasn't? She's actually made like I've seen her in a few things. She's kind of made a name for herself a little bit, but yeah, she was.
No, the pink one's the pink Mala Mania sauce. Ranger.
Okay.
Don't ask me. It's a creamy mala sauce with a savory profile and the distinctive numbing spice of Sichuan peppercorns.
That sounds really good.
It's only when I say it like that.
You did influence that a little bit more.
I know. Then you got the orange cheesy onion sauce, Ranger, that promotes the cheesy onion dip, which they describe as a sauce that brings to mind a cheeseburger packed with cheese and strong umami flavor.
I like that too.
All right, so there you go. All right, the umami. Did we do an umami bit before? It just keeps coming back. I can't help it. But yeah, so they completely lean into it. I really hope we see these commercials in America because they look absolutely fantastic, and it likens me back to the days of the Jones Rangers. You know about the Jones Rangers with me and Seabear?
Like vaguely.
Jones Soda. So me and Seabear back in high school with two other guys, Arthur Seabear. What's his last name? Arthur's. Not Smith, that's a coach. But Arthur, he goes, but anyways, Seaburn knows what I'm talking about. And then probably the most handsome devil in the world, his name was Taylor
Kitsch?
Tyson Hall.
Oh,
he was a Mormon.
Okay.
Ladies love Tyson.
Yeah. Mormons are good looking guys.
Yeah. But and we formed the Jones Rangers, and we had a different Jones flavor. I had the red, which was the strawberry lime Jones.
Oh, okay. It's a good flavor.
Arthur had the blue bubble gum.
That sounds up my alley, though. Is there a cotton candy flavor?
I think so. I think that was Seabear's.
Oh, okay.
No, I think Seabear took over the blue bubblegum from Arthur because Arthur was he was a terrible ranger. So we had Seabear kind of take over the blue bubblegum. And then Tyson was the green, which was like green apple soda.
Oh, green apple. I feel like I'd have one, maybe finish, and be like,
tart.
I'm done.
Yeah. The blue bubblegum, it's like, I've never been a fan of like drinking bubblegum. That just sounds disgusting to me.
I swallowed enough bubblegum, so you kind of get used to it.
That stuff sits in your stomach for 7 years. Isn't that what they say?
It's an old wives' tale.
I don't know. It could be, for all I know. But yes, the sauce rangers themselves are new. The sauces they represent have been introduced. You can vote for your favorite sauce until March 31st, and the ultimate sauce ranger will be crowned the victor.
I like that.
So go out there.
Contest in there
and vote. Oh, and there's also a blue white curry siak sauce, which promotes white curry siak, an authentic Penang white curry sauce that KFC suggests would even become its signature curry option.
Ooh.
So you got these Rangers. This seems like a dead heat.
It does. I think the Szechuan peppercorn.
The peppercorn
would be the one I would go with.
All right. I haven't given you the detail because it's a secret, but the red secret grill sauce ranger is linked to the mysterious secret dip, which KFC says the exact recipe cannot be revealed, but the flavor includes hints of tomato and grilled flavors.
They're throwing like all their eggs. They're getting like superheroes from back in the day for that nostalgia point.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're getting like a contest involved. Yeah. And then they've literally got now something that's so secret we'll never know. That just makes
secret
you
ingredients.
Want to try it to see if you can guess it.
I don't know. This sounds like they're just trying to spice up what sounds like just like ketchup. Because it says flavors of tomato and grilled. I was like, okay, so like ketchup?
With like a hint.
And they're like, no, but it's a secret.
With like a hint of Worcester sauce in there and like a garlic.
Yeah, I think the name is trying to give it too much. I'm cool with the Monomania and the Malamania. Let's try those out. Let's see if we can get those. If we can get those in,
that'd be nice.
I'll see if I can get a hold of the KFC and say, come on, man, we're giving you a free pub here. Let's get some sauces up in this.
I feel like KFC. I put them up there. I like KFC and I like the Power Rangers. I was thinking, though, I was like, what other, like, superhero kind of group could go with, like, like another fast food joint.
Okay.
And it got me thinking. We talked the other day about like the worst fast food joint.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box, yes.
And I found the perfect like superhero combo that would go with it.
Okay.
The Fantastic Four. They've tried those movies like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, I see the analogy.
They're awful. Like they're awful.
They keep trying, and they throw everything up against the wall, and nothing
works. And that would be a perfect combination.
That's very true.
I mean, it wouldn't help either one.
No.
But I think they go like, together.
We know what you're all thinking. Yeah. We're terrible.
We embrace it.
We can't get it right.
I mean, maybe that would get people to try it, though. Like, how bad is it?
Like, here's the Invisible Woman burger. It's nothing here. You got it.
Here's the thing. It tastes like it's just breaded.
Tastes like a bag of rocks. No, that's the chick parm from Frisky Dingo. It's like, no, you just got a bag of rocks. Oh, that guy.
Heavy Frisky Dingo episode.
I know. Hey, man, yeah, it's for the people, man. All right, so let's get back to it. It's the final countdown. We've got our final 4. In this corner, the Semco corner, you got Duke. You got Houston. You got Arizona. And you got Michigan. And then in the, I guess, blue corner, since I'm wearing blue.
Yep.
You got Michigan State, Houston, Arizona, and Iowa State. I am proud, and I shouldn't, because I'm going against what worked for me in the NFL playoffs, where I was super chalky.
Yeah.
I'm going opposite. I got only one seed in my final 4.
Wow.
But I like it. I hate having all the ones make it all the way.
I do too, and it happened last year, and that happened only one other year before. That was like the Derrick Rose Memphis year. So yeah, I have all ones except I threw Houston in there.
There you go. Hey,
so
just throw Houston a bone.
I don't like my odds, but
hey, it worked for me in the NFL playoffs.
I know it did, and it's
believe in yourself.
It's like looking at this. It's like, yeah, we picked some upsets, and yeah, I've got some teams in there, but man, didn't you just kind of feel though? Like, I mean, we talked about some teams that had these awful records that got in. Like, please, let's not expand this tournament, because it seems like there's 25 teams that like have a legit shot, and that's it. Like, it should just be like a 32-team tournament.
So you're praying that like one of these teams that has like double-digit losses, they get bounced in the first round, just to prove your point of you suck. Yeah. You shouldn't have gotten in the first place. We do not need to expand to have more suck join this tournament.
It's just like the SEC, right? I mean, they had like 12, 13 teams, and like people thought Auburn might have gotten in. They had 16 losses.
Yeah.
Like, that's unacceptable.
Yeah. To imagine that they were one of the final 4 out, I was like, really?
Yeah. At a certain point, there's got to be like certain rules that are like, I mean, if you have like
if you're barely over 500, you can't be in. I'm sorry.
It's like a college bowl game where the team's like 6-8 on the year. It's like, you don't even have a winning record.
It's like, I don't care if you've got a lot of talent. I don't care if you have a potential. I don't care if you've had a few wins in a top 25. You've lost.
A regular season needs to mean something.
Yes, you have to be able to do it. It can't be all on potential.
Exactly.
All right, there's our soapbox moment. Let's go. All right, so who you got? Let's start with the left side of the bracket. So you got Duke, you got Houston. What do you got?
So I am a little worried. You're talking about the injuries to Duke.
Mm-hmm.
And Houston, I have gone nothing but gaga over.
Goo gaga.
But look, I still don't know exactly what happened to Duke last year when they blew that 8-point lead with a minute and a half, when you got the 2 rookies of the year in the NBA. But I think Duke avenges last year. They do it for Cooper and Kahn.
For Coop. Yeah, because they couldn't do it with Cooper and Kahn, 2 lottery picks, but they're going to do it now.
With Cameron Boozer, yes.
The Booze Cruise.
So I'm going with Duke.
I do love me a good booze cruise.
I'm sure you've got a good story about a booze. You told us one, actually.
Which one?
The fellow you wouldn't name, but he was like married.
Oh yeah, I got another one with Jimbo too.
Sure.
You want to do that now? No, we'll do it.
No, we don't. We do not.
That's a good one.
We'll save it.
Fine.
We're gonna do this for a long time.
Okay.
All right?
I actually got a few with Jimbo. It's just another one just crapped up in my brain.
Ooh, write that down so you don't forget. And then the next side, I got Arizona and Michigan.
You got 2 ones.
I do have 2 ones.
2 ones enter, 1 leaves. 2 ones enter, 1 leaves.
What is that?
That's receiver. It's a Thunderdome.
Oh.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 ones enter, 1 leaves. Seaber knows what I'm talking about.
You guys need to have your movie podcast.
We will. It'll bounce off of this one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we need to get another movie. I know that we're brackets.
I know. There hasn't been but so much that's come out, though. That's been
the Oscars just ended.
Okay, next episode.
Better be.
All right, I promise. Arizona, Michigan. I think Arizona's just in a different class than Michigan. I got Arizona, man. That balance, it's going to be a tough game. But Arizona's got the height to match Michigan's, and I just think that the balance scoring, which does sometimes worry me, because sometimes I like a team that's got a guy that can lead you, but the balance does seem to generally work better in the NCAA tournament, a la like Villanova, some of those UNC teams. The Kemba Walker, Shabazz Napier, one guy leading, only happens with its UConn, so I ain't worried. So I got Arizona versus Duke in my final.
Ooh.
Why don't you give your...
Mine, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty-dighty-do. So I've got Michigan State, Tom Izzo.
I can't believe you have them in the Final Four.
Scrapping and making it, beating St. John's, beating UCLA. They had an easy walk, in my opinion, because they didn't have to play UConn the 2 or Duke the 1. That's why they were able to make it.
There we go.
But I got Michigan State against Houston. Love you, Tom Izzo. You made it to another Final Four. Put it up on the rafters, but this is where it ends. My friend. Talent just overcomes experience in coaching. Because Kelvin's, we talked about it, Sampson's an incredible coach in his own right. So that kind of negates any coaching, I think, advantage that Izzo might have.
Yeah.
And again, they're just that Houston team is just loaded, and they are 8 deep, and they can all play. So I got Houston making it back to the championship game over Michigan State. And then on the other side, it's a rematch of that Big 12. You got Arizona, you got Iowa State. Iowa State's not gonna like hearing it, but I see kind of a repeat of what happened, and I got Arizona clearing past Iowa State. Again, I just think that there's just way too much talent. That team is good on offense. That team is good on defense, and I can't see them, really giving them much of a shot. So I got Arizona beating Iowa State there.
So a Big 12 rematch.
That's right.
I like it, though.
That's right. Keep it in the Big 12.
I like it. And I've got Duke versus Arizona.
Yes, you do.
And definitely when I was really superly paying attention to a lot of NCAA tournament, 2001 is when Duke played Arizona in the finals, and Duke won. They had the likes of, remember Jay Williams? They had Carlos Boozer. And Shane Battier playing against one of my favorite college and NFL players, Richard Jefferson, with Gilbert Arenas. Remember Luke Walton?
Yes, I
remember. On that Arizona team?
Yeah, that's Will Billy's boy.
Yeah, he was good. He was no Mike Dunleavy, but he was good.
Dunleavy. Name a bunch of white people.
Well, there's not that many.
That's true. Easy to pick
Adam Morrison.
Gross.
But no, I think that Arizona gets one over on Duke, and unfortunately, while Carlos Boozer did get a national title, his sons will not. Arizona is just too deep, too good. This is their year.
Okay.
Done. Over.
Arizona. Victors. Well, you're picking the favorite. Really going out on a limb there, the guy.
Yep, I am.
All right, fine. Whatever. So I got Houston, UH.
Okay.
Versus Arizona. Yes?
Yes.
Here's where you got it wrong, my friend.
Not so fast, my friend.
Would you say this is Arizona's most talented team in the last 4 or 5 years? I don't think so. I think they've had more talent in previous years. Other thing to note, Tommy Lloyd, the coach for Arizona, never gotten a team out of the Sweet 16. Okay. Ever. Sampson's been here. He's been to the national championship game. They've got people that have been here before. I believe that they're going to get past that hurdle. I think Kingston's an incredible talent at point, and I think that they've got enough talent and length and size with a recruit that they got, Sinak, the 6'11" guy. He can handle himself down low, just like with a lot of the vets that they brought back from last year's team that made it to the championship round. So I've got Houston punching their ticket and winning it all against Arizona, your Wildcats.
They're cutting down them nets.
I always say it's so hard to beat a team twice. Houston lost to Arizona in the Big 12 championship game. I don't know if Arizona can do it twice.
Well, that's why Arizona's not going to play Houston in the finals.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got Duke playing, right? Whatever. It's crazy. I've got so many Big 12 teams, but it's weird. It's Big 12 might be a bottom feeder in college football, but man, they brought the teams in basketball this year.
There is something to be said. I do like where you kind of went with Houston because Kelvin Sampson. It almost seems like every year it's like lost in the first round, then 32, Sweet 16, 8. Like he's gotten progressively further. And I've said before, I do root for those kind of teams. And I could definitely see it happening. Like I said, Houston is a scary, scary team. But then there's also the fact that it's like, well, you got there last year. What are the chances you're going to go through again?
Well, obviously, I think the chances are very good.
Well, I know you do. And I credit you for that. I think I honestly don't know what's more nuts. You have 3 teams from one conference in a Final Four, or you have Michigan State.
Yeah, Tom Izzo, baby. Hey,
but when you justify it with the teams that they have to play to get there,
exactly,
it's easy street.
It's easy. All the 3 seeds are easy street. Freaking easy street. Man,
I'm excited for the games to start. I'm so glad
we need a tiebreaker. What do you have the final score being?
God, there's not going to be a tiebreaker. I don't know, 85 to 61.
Wow,
blowout.
You did a blowout, 85 to 61. So you're giving Duke all that credit. You're just going to get mollywopped against Arizona. I got 76-73 Houston. 76-73.
Okay. Now, is this like a game-winning, 3, or is it they just kind of hang on at the end?
It's going to be like fouls and free throws and all that stuff. It won't be super sexy.
Okay,
but
that's okay.
I'd love a buzzer beater. That'd be great.
I don't know why I've forgotten to do it so many years, but I just never remember to take off at least Thursday or Friday to watch the games. In school, in college, Coleman and I, we'd run a bracket, and it was so much fun because this was right before the day of the internet and filling them out.
Yeah.
So you had to have people fill it out, and we would skip. Sorry, Dad. We would skip classes.
Everybody did. Nobody went to class that week.
Thursday and Friday, and just sat there and watched the games. And we would have to battle it out, or somehow rock paper scissors to see who got to have the highlighter or the red marker. To put the red through all the big upsets.
Did everybody want the red? It's I don't want to highlight.
Of course, yeah. I don't want to highlight oh, you won, good for you. You got the pick right. No, you wanted to I remember one guy, he had Florida winning it all. It was the first game on Thursday. Red. It was the best. It wasn't me, no.
Semco was just sniffing the marker after every way. Oh yeah.
Well, you gotta have a little fun while you're doing it.
No, but yeah, these are always fun. Gone are the days where I would, make 10 brackets. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
I got one. Maybe I'll do one more. I don't know. But 2's kind of my max.
Yeah, it's just after a while, I kind of want to be kind of invested and know who I actually have.
Well, it's kind of you can't have more than 1 or 2 fantasy football teams.
No.
So you lose track. You're wait, who do I have in this one? And what do I have going there?
Then each week you're rooting for or against, and it becomes too much. And
this is one of those situations where putting all of your eggs in one basket is a good thing.
It is. Yes.
I like me some eggs.
I do too.
All right, well, we got some eggs, we got some nuggies. Do you want to do a quick highlight on a few other things? NFL free agency. You want to talk about the TPC? See, I'm getting that golf acronym down. The Players Championship.
You know what? No.
Ooh, okay.
Well, because there's just not that much.
Well, let me do a couple of highlights, right?
Okay.
And maybe they're lowlights. Shocker, Justin Fields gets traded to the Chiefs. I don't know what that guy's plan is. He apparently had other offers, and he chose to. That tells me that guy's not a competitor. It's you're choosing to literally sit behind a guy that you're only going to get to play, if he gets hurt. You're pretty much investing that you're I'm not going to start for another 2 to 3 years.
Maybe he thinks, truthfully, I think he might be a smart guy. Because maybe he's realizing I've been passed around the league, everyone thinking I've got this skill set, that skill set. No one's actually stuck with me for more than a year. Maybe he can go and actually learn how to be a quarterback, learn an offense, actually get settled in the league. Because everyone's just had nothing but the highest of expectations, want to throw him out there, and he has failed miserably.
Okay.
I don't know. He's young. I mean, he could learn. I mean, what if Mahomes gets hurt? What if, but...
You're hoping he has a path of your boy Baker or Darnold.
A little bit.
Where they sit behind a guy, they maybe learn a few things, and then I guess it all depends on how long he stays with Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, if he thinks he's going to be a forever backup, then maybe he has given up. But maybe it's just, I mean, he's been in Chicago, he's been in New York now. I mean, maybe he just is dude, I can't take all this in. I need to settle somewhere. I don't know, because he does definitely seem like he's a great teammate and everything. It's just new coordinator, new team every year. That can't be easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess whatever. He means nothing to me. He means nothing to me. All right, Players' Championship. The only thing I'll say is that, I always joke around he's a freaking robot. Scottie Scheffler's starting to see the wheels fall off.
Actually, I'm glad you did bring that up. Yes. Yeah, it is.
I mean, this is the fourth tourney in a row where he's really kind of falling flat on his face. He's starting to show a little bit of motion. Not great. He seems like a little, sore sport out there now.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, is this the beginning of the end? We're starting to see kind of him just finally collapse under the pressure.
I will say, so I'm not comparing him to Tiger at all, but Scottie did kind of have the closest thing to a Tiger type, 4-year run.
Like a run, yeah.
And the one thing that when Tiger was in his prime, you could say everything you want about his driving, chipping, but the one thing that Tiger Woods was known for, and I'll say this is when Brooks Koepka was winning his 4 majors in 2 years. Whenever Tiger Woods seemingly had a 6 to 8 foot putt, whether it was, especially if it was for par, just a par, or even for a birdie, that's not a gimme. You're kind of expected not to make it. Tiger would drill those every time. And Scheffler, he was making those putts.
Yeah.
That's really how he was winning. When guys thought they had an opening and he drains that 8-footer from
just
par.
close the door.
And that's when you saw Tiger start falling off. He starts missing some of those. Not all the time, but you're expecting him to make it. And Scottie's starting to do the same thing. Yeah, I think right now, it's fallen off. But Brooks, it happened with Koepka. And he's really never recovered. He had some injuries, but yeah, that's always my first sign. Jordan Spieth, when he won a bunch of majors when he was young, greatest putter in the world almost. He can't make those 8-footers are in his head, and those are what win you tournaments over a 4-day period. So yeah, I think Scheffler's in a bit of a tailspin.
Yeah. All right, let's jump over to the World Baseball Classic,
let's do it.
Okay, you got USA. We almost got bounced into round 1 because of freaking our manager DeRosa. Jay, we're already in. It's no, and he sat a couple guys. He purposely didn't play a couple guys in that last game. We lost, and then we needed Italy to come out big against Mexico. Made it through. Then we cruised past Canada, which we should have.
Well, 5-3, not a cruising.
That's true. Very fair. They've been all close games.
Yeah.
USA is not dominant in the least.
No. Maybe that Great Britain game.
That's not much of a matchup there. But then pulls out the, I guess, quasi upset when we beat this just stacked lineup of the DR, the Dominican Republic.
That was a pitcher's duel.
Yes, your favorite.
I loved that game though because it was literally 3 home runs. So you're just at any point, 1 through 9 Dominican Republic players could easily have just gone yard.
And then the 9th, you got a guy on 3rd.
Yeah, and
the deciding pitch, that was a ball. I'm American.
Yeah, but it's close.
Cold strike ends the game.
You can't let that. That was too close to let go though. I don't know. It is what it is. Replay or not. It wasn't we've seen much worse.
Yes, we have.
So
it's the moment that's why it makes it more egregious, right? It's literally the last strike of the game that ends the game.
Yeah.
So, of course, DR is going to be butthurt about it.
Yeah. Perdomo was a stand-up gentleman about it. He just was like, that's baseball. That's what happens. That's the one thing that sometimes...
Pujols was too. Their manager was like, I'm not going to talk about that one, that one pitch. We didn't put ourselves in a good position.
That is sometimes the one thing. Like, a lot of people don't like the Dominican guys because, they're...
flamboyant.
They are. But I actually kind of like when the crowd gets into it and they're into it. But they generally... I know Juan Soto kind of went off about the pitch, but... Generally, though, like, they don't take it but so seriously. Yeah. It's just... honestly, no offense. I've said how much I hate American basketball players, but American baseball players, they'd all be complaining about it. They'd all be whining about it. Like, that's just in our nature. And it's like
Cal Raleigh wouldn't be shaking hands afterwards.
Of course, well, he won't even shake hands with his own teammate. But it's just we just can't. Everything is way too serious, and it's it's not make or break. It's the World Baseball Classic, man. I know you want to win, but come on, you're competing at the highest level. Come on.
2 more things about World Baseball Classic, and Will, this is for you, since I know you're watching this.
Nice.
So we're giving you a little bit more run with the World Baseball Classic on bracket day of all days.
I know, of all days.
But Japan getting upset by Venezuela.
Dude, Ronald Acuna Jr., man, and those Venezuelans.
Yeah, man.
That was, there have been some really good games.
Yeah. And then lastly, I don't know if you heard, but Judge, he was hyping up the crowd. He said, better than the World Series. He said the crowd at the WBC is better than the World Series.
I think it's kind of like the Ryder Cup in golf, where they're allowed to kind of get a little more crazy, a little more into it. That seems to be okay, and I think that does jazz you up a little bit more.
And you know what? I'm
and you're wearing your Team USA.
Yeah. And then I also think it's and maybe this is me just talking out of my butt because I do that every once in a while, but I feel like. I don't know how much tickets to the World Baseball Classic are, but I bet you they're a fraction of what a World Series
they have to be
ticket costs.
Yeah.
So you get these tightly wound Wall Street guys.
Yeah.
They can only afford to go to these World Series games, except for the nosebleeds, and you'll get rowdy there. Whereas in the WBC, it's true fans.
Yeah.
It's true fans of just the sport and of your country. So you are more engaged and you're more energetic and you're more invested.
It's like the guys in the World Series. They're like, I paid all this money. You need to perform for me, and if you don't, I'm gonna boo you.
Yeah.
And it's the World Baseball Classic. It's like, dude, I'm here to root for this team, my country. Whatever. Go out and they just have a good time.
Well, it reminds me of when Team USA won hockey, right? It's when your team wins, you have a patriotic pride to it,
do.
and it's I'm sorry, especially when Judge said that, I was just well, that's because you play for the freaking Yankees, and half your fans are just total a-holes.
Yep.
Same thing with the Dodgers. They're just we win, great, we're the best, we're the Dodgers. We lose, I still go back to my $3 billion freaking house.
Yeah.
And life's still good.
But the fans of the Dodgers are you guys got swept by the Diamondbacks? What's wrong with you? Why do you guys suck? You guys can't score 5 runs in a game?
Yeah.
This is at the point where, you just want to win. It's a tournament. I'm sure if it was a long season, went on for years, there'd be all this different stuff. But in a vacuum like this, dude, how could that not be the coolest environment to be in?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I'm back in. I was kind of off, especially when it looked like we were going to get bounced. Out of the round 1, I was like, Jesus, this is embarrassing. But stars align. We're gonna face either Venezuela or Italy rematch.
I know. I don't know who I want to play. I want Venezuela because it's another team, star-studded team. But don't you just kind of want to? Well, I'm sure De Rosa wants Italy.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he wants a second crack at them for sure. We're not going to go over Bam because it hurt my Wizards. I don't want to go over Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
3 points.
I got a lot to say on that, actually, and I want that for another day. Yeah, we're at 2.5, my friend.
2.5?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I didn't give you the sign for 2, did I?
Fill out the brackets, boys and girls. You got the wins. Look at the highlights. We'd love to probably hear whose bracket you like better.
Yeah, please.
Who you supporting? Are you team J-Bear or are you team Bigo? I'd love to kind of get...
I would too.
Maybe I put it in the WhatsApp. Who you voting for? Whose bracket you got?
Oh, yeah. Put a poll in there.
Put a poll in there.
You'll
you love
show
a
me
good
how
poll.
to...
Don't you?
To get 2.5.
Long, short, you don't care what the size. You just take a poll anytime you can get it.
Well, wouldn't you?
No comment.
No comment.
We didn't even get to the Cheeto Charizard, but it's fine.
We got a lot in though.
We did. I'm proud of us. We
Yeah.
did it very seamlessly.
I think so.
So uber excited. Next round, we're not only going to have to look at that first 2 rounds of I guess the second round we'll be watching while we record for some of it, right?
No, Monday they'll be over with. Sunday will be the last day.
Yes, I'm sorry. So we'll already have.
We'll know the Sweet 16.
Oh boy.
And we'll see how many picks of ours went great
and not great.
Boy, that Michigan State game.
It's gonna be big.
I gotta know
my God,
when
yeah,
that
seriously, that is must watch for our pod because that's gonna make or break mine. It won't really break yours because if they win, you're like, man, you're still rooting for UConn to win, and you'll be fine. But if they lose,
14 beats a 3.
Bigo's in trouble.
Yeah, you're in big trouble.
Come on, Tom. Don't do it to me.
He does it every time.
Don't you break my heart again. But we'll have the brackets to talk about. We'll have our fantasy baseball results.
Yeah, we will.
Maybe we talk about our favorite picks, our least favorite picks.
Yeah.
And maybe outside of the two of us, which of our buddies were most fearful of their lineup.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I definitely like seeing how everybody drafted.
Okay, before the draft, right now, outside of you and me, who's going to draft the best in our friends?
Jimbo.
Okay.
He generally does. Him and Nate generally have the best drafts, but Jimbo generally at the start of the season, I always think has like the best team. And then like as the season goes on, I'm kind of like, Nate Dogg was right about picking those guys. Like he does his homework. I know he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jimbo off the bat, I'm just like, man, how did he get those? How did he get those guys? But who literally has the worst draft every time though?
Who?
And he'll tell you he has the best draft by far.
I knew you were going to say.
It gets worse. I'm sorry. It gets worse every year. Dwight. Like, the guys that you pick...
And when you pick them.
Like, I mean, okay, like, so you're going to pick 5 guys that were hurt all year last year. Yep. You're going to tell me McClanahan's going to come back and do something. I can't believe you let me get him at this point in the draft.
He's just going to sit on my IL. When he comes back... Garrett Cole, I think, a couple years ago he did that too.
He's going to do it again this year with Garrett Cole.
Probably.
Like, no doubt. But, I mean, his offense, it's aging. He never picks like a young superstar, and he's just going to sit there and say, I can't believe you let me get this guy at this pick.
He tries to get in your head. Oh my God, I can't believe you guys let me have it. It's like, yeah, because we didn't want him.
I like look at that and I'm like, it's kind of like when I look at like, your roster sometimes, because I'm like, well, is this going to be good? Because Dwight usually does well, but yeah, he's faded in baseball lately.
Wow, all right. Shots fired for D-Dubs.
I'm a lot of shots. I'm so frustrated by hockey right now.
So frustrated. We got to do it. I got to check these updates because the hockey games are over right now. Yeah, we'll do it after the cast.
Yeah, we'll have to. We're there.
Okay, mine, and it's always frustrating. I mentioned the last one, Burr. Burr always freaking does her homework, and she always stressed. You did a mock draft unbeknownst to you that you were doing with her at the same freaking time. So Burr always drafts really well. I agree with you. Nate does as well, and yeah, Jimbo does okay too.
Yeah, you don't want to admit that.
I don't know. For the worst, it's an easy layup to pick guys that are either half asleep during the draft or just auto drafting. So I could say a Grizz or Darkness. I would say Will Billy because I just don't believe in the freaking pitcher draft.
That's true.
And when was the last time Will Billy? When's the last time that worked out for you?
I'm not gonna lie, Will Billy. Look, I know I have my strategy of picking hitters, and you have yours of pitchers. Dude, I always finish ahead of you, though. Like, at least my strategy, I got a shot more than you do.
I mean, I love that he's trying to corner the market on half of the stats and half of the matchup points, but, dude, it's not working. You got to try something new, guy. But, hey, good on you for sticking to your guns, but he might be the worst right now for me.
You're not wrong in that. Yeah. I do want to say this real quick, though. Chris Hunter, if you win hockey, asterisks. That's an auto draft team.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, all right. We'll have to go back. All right, Seabear, you've been called out.
Yeah.
Well, he did just lose 7-2 to a guy that didn't even make the playoffs.
He barely.
Yeah, by 1 point.
By 1 point.
Oh, it will. One more shot, buddy. All right, boys and girls, that's it for this week. Semco, send us away, my friends.
Let's do it. That's another episode of Undrafted and Overconfident. Thanks for hanging with us. The two friends who've been arguing about sports for 20 years and still can't agree on anything. Hit the follow button, drop a rating, and email us at undraftedandoverconfident@gmail.com. And we'll see you next week. Different takes, same nonsense. Thanks, y'all.
Peace.